It is time. Is everyone ready for what's about to go down tonight? It might get a little spoopy, everybody, but Eclipsion is in a car. Archgirl is here. Alex is here. And so am I! Oh, you thought I wasn't here, but I was. I was just waiting for the right moment to strike. Hello, guys and girls. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Wolf's Music, Mark the Gamer. Yay, Stefan's actually on time. Hey, Colin. Been a while. Hey, Jenny Boy. Hello, Roberto. He who seizes his body is ready. So that's good. Hello, Mo. Hey, T-Lord. Can't forget about you. You spilled juice everywhere? Well, that's gonna be a sticky situation. Badoom. Hello, guys and girls still gives me chills. It's been uttered from my mouth for almost 10 years. When did I start saying that? I did some varieties of it, I think from 2011 onwards. But I don't know when I settled on the hello, guys and girls. When I do just a wind up and then I attack the mic. I'm glad you're here, Shadowy Shadow. Do you guys see this? Do you know what this is? That's the time. Do you know what this is? This is a Unity build of a game. Do you guys want to see what's happened since the last time, aka yesterday? It's okay, Potato. You're only gonna miss out on the most cool part of the stream, so yeah, it doesn't matter. This is indeed game. Let's see, let's go for the Exploration Mysterious playlist. Nice. So, if you need some backstory, for what's going on, yesterday, I was really happy about something that had happened over on itch.io. So I'm probably going to bring it up again. If you go to itch right now and you just go to browse games, you know, looking for something fun to play. Let's see what the most popular thing is right now. Let's see, Otherworld, huh? A game by Voices from the Dark. I made a short little horror prototype last year. I wasn't really that happy with it, but I just decided to toss it up on itch.io, and it's been the most played thing for a couple of days now. And it's so cool. So, we're gonna follow in those footsteps. We're gonna make spooky things. But, we're gonna make spooky things about dolls. We're making a horror game, everybody. And in the last one, we, I think I have some explaining to do. We started brainstorming in the last one. This is Moop, by the way. Moop is great. We'll just shrink Moop a little bit. There we go. So, we began pitching a concept for a doll game. Your doll collection has gone missing from your room. All the precious dolls have moved around the house. Can you find and return all the dolls in time for the tea party? Here they are. So, we made a lot of notes about mechanics and the characters and Easter eggs and the like. And so, we began trying to plan some characters. So far we have Gunther. He has no butt, which was a problem, so we figured that we need to place him on something. So a toy car was suggested. I looked up 3D models for toy cars and I got that. I haven't bought it yet because it's like 20 bucks for one car. So I'm still on the fence, but it is pretty good. I'm not sure how it works in a game engine, but we would see. So we just kind of want Gunther to just ride around. Just drive around the house, have fun. I don't even know if he's going to be hostile. I just think he's going to drive. So that would be fun. Pumpkin Girl Johanna, she has no butt either. We're thinking she might be helpful in some way. Jack in the Box, he's a bit of a clown. He likes to pop out when you're least expecting it. Then we have Freddy, the ventriloquist doll. This guy is the spookiest stuff you'll ever see. I want him to chase you around the house as you're moving around. Alright, thanks Premium Chatter. If Yulia started work on a new Moop, we'll see. A classmate of mine popped into chat yesterday saying she could create a Moop, but we're all quite busy, so... Yet she had time to make a TikTok about me in a clown costume earlier, so, you know, it's, there are possibilities. I'll probably plug my clown TikTok later on, maybe. Laughing Doll, we don't know much about. Twin Doll, we have a dirty and a clean version. We're not... We have some ideas. And Uba, he's just gonna make noise with cymbals, but, like, we need... Easter egg modes. We need to be able to replace sounds for the player. Maybe there's different sounds when you smacks them together. We need to let the player really play with it. Okay, so thanks to the very generous tips, donations of Travis yesterday, we managed to buy ourselves a neighborhood pack in Unity, and we bought some furniture. So I've spent some time today setting it up. It was quite a lot of work. I had to move a house into a new neighborhood, remove houses, align things, get all the furniture up. Also make the character model actually work with our new younger child, because we do want the protagonist to be a child, so the camera's gonna be not as high off the ground as in certain other games. Which I think is going to be interesting nonetheless. So let's see how it do right now. Oh, Travis can't come on stream. Well, that sucks. Whoa. Alright. It begins. Here, what? Do you see that shadow? Who is that? It's me! Look at this. We are a little girl just walking about looking for her dolls. So I've spent quite a few hours getting her body to work properly. I've essentially chopped off her head to place the camera, but then I've placed the head back on, but it's only casting shadows. And I made sure the camera can never look down into the gaping hole in her neck. It's not a gaping hole, I filled it, but still. So, now we have a character that can move around. We can see them, they cast shadows. And I really like her height. I'm walking past a couch, and I have to sort of scoop up a little bit. Now, there is something a little strange about how she moves. Yeah, the house is very bright. It's not done a proper lighting pass. I've just been playing around with it, trying to categorize it, because it's a lot of items. If I move at the correct angle, I can sort of nudge her feet onto the couch, and I've tried to mitigate some of it. There we go. We could just sort of start walking around, because as you can see, her feet actually adjust to the surface that she's standing on a little bit, though it's not perfect. So we probably need to do something about that. It's a dark night outside. Shall we go explore in the house a little bit? Let's go in here. So, out here in my garage. Looking for some knowledge. None to be found. Alright, cool. Little garage. Very nice. What do we have here? It's a bathroom! And a tub. Can I walk onto the toilet? There, we can. Definitely gotta do something about that. That's BB. BB boo boo. Pee pee poo poo. Sorry, I'm like 10. Alright. Ooh, look at this. Washing powder. Pro clothes. So I really like the space of this first floor. It's quite nice. Oh. And I made a basic light switch script. Which lets us turn on and off lights in the house. Hello. Oh, okay. Hey. Are we good, everybody? Everybody's fine with this, right? Yeah, we're fine. So yeah, this is the gang. They're all gathered together, enjoying themselves. Even Jack is here. I think I'm just gonna... Okay. Because I thought light switches could be a cool idea, because I like being able to go between light and dark, being able to turn them on. Maybe they can also be turned off by certain dolls, you know? Alright, but I think... Should we check out the upstairs? Yeah, so the upstairs is the part I'm the least happy with. Also because of how her feet works, it's really cool that you can see that her feet adapt to the stairs. But they do make for a bit of a janky experience going upstairs. I would want to work on that. This is what could become her room, but we obviously need to make it more little girly. Because it's a bit like a guest room slash office. And this is the master bedroom right here, where I'm just gonna jump up into the bed, I think. There we go. I don't care. I wear shoes inside. This is America. This is what we do in America. And a little closet. So I feel like this part up here, it's a little cramped up here. I'm wondering if we would be able to build out a little bit. It would affect the outside structure of the house. Does this look like a shooty game? What we're thinking though is that we could have a special mode where you just get a gun and you just gotta pop a cap in their butts. Alright, I think we'll leave those be. Let's walk outside actually. So this is a neighborhood. And I can hear Pumpkina laughing from the window there. I want the player to be able to go out a little bit, but not very far. So I want there to be something out here that's dangerous. Hey Husky, nice to see ya. So that's where we're at right now. The character controller, we have the basics down. I really like the fact that as you're running you can sort of see a hand pop in here or there. That just feels really nice. And the way sort of we're lit up by shadows, and it just grounds you in the world so much more than if you were a floating camera, you get me? Alright, though there is some strange lighting on the house itself from the exterior. But that's always something to look at. There's a back garden too we could do something in. That's where we're at right now. We have... Wait a minute. I forgot about a room. It's a party. Bye. I forgot. Yeah, I really do like it. Obviously we need to... Lighting and atmosphere needs to work. But, oh, just look at their shadow! Just, you don't know how much you want a shadow in a first-person game until you have it. It looks so good, the way it stretches. We have a basement. And I've talked about what I want to do with the basement. Oh boy. This is where Freddy should live. I want to excavate this basement. I want to expand this so much. This is way too small. We're gonna knock down walls, make some rooms, and this can actually be one of the more trippier places in the house, because I would really like to make it so that you go into one room, but when you go back it's not the same place you came from. That can be a little bit difficult here since everything has to make sense from the outside as well, but in the basement we are free to roam however we wish. Yeah, it's a very sketchy basement, that it is, but we're about to make it a whole lot more sketch. Mini Dobin chilling on a shelf. I actually like that idea. So, those are most of the rooms. That's what we have to work with right now. I want to make it so that you can turn on and off all the lights in the game. Because all the lights are real time anyways. You can't actually see yourself in the reflections, but we could look for some real... proper mirrors. Would probably have to buy a pack for that. I think maybe I did that back in the day. And then see if we can see our heads and if there's a workaround there. But just look at that. A Dobin doll. Yeah, but just a wooden wheel cart that drives around. What's going on in here? Can I stand on this? Maybe I can peek in the window. I can't seem to get up. But there's a lot of bad things in there. Okay. Are you playing as a kid in the game? Yes, you are. What did we agree on her age was? 6 or 7? So she's like 120 centimeters tall. And I love that perspective. Like, because she's not that tall. Let's see, let's expand this a little bit here. So as you can see, the camera is then positioned right at her head. So if I was to have this on the side over here. About your height then. That's the thing, I can't have her head because the camera is gonna clip into her head. Alright, we're on maximize on play, so we need to drop that. As you can see, as she looks around, the camera just stays a little bit in front of her face as she looks around. But I have two models animating at the same time, one without a head and one with a head, but I've just made sure that it doesn't render, so there we go. Now the head is actually back on. Does that cause problems? It actually seems like having the head on doesn't really create a problem. Huh, it did on the other model. That's, that potentially means I can just go with the single child's. But still, potentially good. Glad I checked. But as you can see, it sort of, yeah, clips into the arm. I'm not sure if that's the head model. But it's a step forwards. Don't lose your head. Big head, little kid. Yeah, I also got the feeling that it was a little big, but it's in line with the rest of her model. And these are like scanned real people, so if you insult this girl, you insult a real little girl. So think twice. Think on your sins. You're also commenting on the big head? Gee. Get it? It's a big head, but doesn't matter. We're only seeing it on shadows. She also has quite a dead stare in her face, but I feel like that's fitting. It is Marina Mistfire as the child's. There we go. Much better. No heads. Just a stump of hair at the back there. I mean, kids have big heads. That's how they are. Heads are so 2019. So, what we need to figure out now, because tweaking of lights and such, all of that is just very dull, dreary work that I can do later on. We have reflection probes as well that capture a zoom. That capture an image of the room and projects it onto all metallic surfaces nearby, which is how you can sort of see a shine in the knobs and mirrors and such. So this is the party room. I've scaled down all the toys because when they come in at a size that is a little unsettling. So when you import them, they come in big like this, but in a way, we could do something with this too, couldn't we? Wouldn't that be fun if just like a giant baby head comes through the floor and just starts laughing at you? I mean, that's terrifying. I love Gunther. Gunther's the cutest little boy. He wouldn't hurt anybody. The only size that fits Gunther's powers. But, as we all know, Gunther does indeed have no butt. Look at that. He is buttless. Gunther the buttless. The latest Dark Souls boss. So we will need to find a toy car for him to drive around in. Now, we have a couple of different floors to where you open the door and there's just a giant head right in front of you. Yes, alright, we have like a unsorted document of different notes here. So, giant doll. Head that appears when you open a door to a room in basements, because the basement could be a very trippy place. Maybe you open a door and you don't know what's gonna be there because it changes every time. It goes through a couple of different iterations. And it's just a giant head. How will you do with the lights in the house? What I'm thinking is that, well, first I'm gonna hook everything up to light switches and start everything possibly turned off, and then you can turn lights back on to get a feeling of progress as you move around the house. But I also want there to be certain dolls that will run and turn off the lights later on. Can turn on and off, which is just something I thought of right now. Dolls can run and turn them off. Because I really like it in games when you can move around and get a sense of progress by lighting things, by exploring and getting a check mark, etc. I feel like that's gonna help a little bit. That relatable moment when you open your basement door to find your haunted doll that keeps running away and finding a giant baby head. Am I right? Fast door close mechanic. Freddy's chasing you, quickly run into a room, close the door. That's what I've been thinking about, because right now I haven't implemented any sort of door open system. But I'd like to, because now I just open the door so that I can move through. I'm wondering what would be the best. Because you do have the Amnesia style where you have to click a door and then push against it. I've tried to make that before. It ended up being a little jank. So you might just have, you know, press to open the door and then press to close the door. But I like the gradual effect too, but I'm not quite sure I'll be able to implement it as well as it's done in a game like Amnesia. Oh, just look at the windows, look at the fingerprints, look at the grime. And the reflection of that light. Oh. Unity can look quite good. It's not the graphical powerhouse that Unreal Engine is, but still. Just the shadow down this corridor. Oh. One doll can go through walls. That's, I like that. Let's see, I think I'm gonna mute the audio, because you do get a little tired of the audio after a while. Whoopsie daisy. Alright. Let's see. Banjo Shanjo, welcome. So, what was it I was just going to do? Yes, okay. Doll can go through walls. The storyline for this game? Not much more than what I said earlier. You play as a young girl who wake up in the middle of the night on Halloween Eve, or a similarly spooky day. It's raining and stormy outside, and your doll collection has disappeared from your room. Hello, Menaceel. So, you think, oh, I need to go get my dolls back. And so you have to wander around the house collecting the dolls. Once you get a doll, I'm not 100% sure if I want it to be returned to the room automatically, or if you have to physically carry it back with you in your hands. Once it's back in the room, you've collected that doll, and then you can go out and collect more dolls. And some dolls, I don't want it to be a linear game. I want the dolls where they spawn to be random, and the way their abilities interplay to be a little tactical, but not over the top, but just something there so you can actually think a little of, how do I want to do this? It's not just walk, 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 scare, walk, walk. You know, the scares are natural, they just happen. But seriously, we gotta get Gunther a car, because he has no butt and he needs to sit somewhere. Isaac lives alone with his mother. See, Eileaf. Is this Game of Thrones? It sounds like it. No, it's not actually. It is not. Saturday for me is going quite well. I've been having fun making spooky games. I'm just really happy that I managed to get the movement down. I was struggling with it earlier, trying to get the head to sort of adjust whenever she puts her foot down on uneven surfaces. Because if she now takes her leg up on top of this, then the head is falling down, and it's still a little jank, so we need to figure it out. Oh, did you guys see that? Her head like disappeared for a... What the... That is spooky. Hold, did you... So, it's not perfect, but it's something. Also added some different footsteps that play whenever her boot hits the floor. I also want to make sure that we check what floor she's running on to get a different sound. You know, on wood, on the staircase, on the carpet. That's something I really want to do. I'm not sure if that was a choked hoop. Yeah, I'm actually suppressing some hoops here. Each doll represents one of the character's fears. Yeah, we talked about it. I have no butt and I must sit. I like that. I like that a lot. Can Gunther trip the girl with the car? So, the idea for Gunther and his car so far, that was a nice sentence, is that he will drive around the house in his car, and If you stand in front of him, he will simply stop, look up at you, and like cry or something and wait for you to move so he can continue to drive past. I kind of want Gunther to just want to drive. He just wants to drive, you guys. So you have to pick him up and like bring him back to the room. Because what we could do is that when you pick a doll and you click it, it appears in your hand. So you're like holding it like the teddy bear in Among the Sleep, for example. It's something that your character has with them. And then you have to bring that doll back to your room. I kind of like that mechanic rather than clicking on it and it disappearing, because that's more video gamey. And video gamey is good sometimes. Hello, Max. Welcome to the doll party. We were missing ya. That we were. What are you guys thinking about it when it comes to collecting the dolls? Yeah, Moop Moop is like 11,000 polygons. Gunther kills you if you break his car. I'm thinking maybe the car is left whenever Gunther... what's going on over here, boys? It's a party in... No, I'm not dealing with that tonight. I'm not. I'm out of here. Nope, not touching that. How did you fix the head so it looks like first person? I simply attached the head. I removed the head, attached the camera to where the head should be, and then reattached the head as just a shadow. Then I made sure that when I run, I push the camera forward so I don't end up looking down my own neck. Because that does feel a little strange. I have gotten some out-of-body experiences where I'm running headless and the camera is panning behind. And it's strange. Just imagine a doll and the car is like 4K. I love it. Moop Moop is worth just a poly... I know. I'm thinking about buying Moop Moop. We will see. How many polygons are in the... Oh, jeepus! Jack is having fun in the house. So I think I'm going to just simply close that for the time being. And we need to figure out... Let's say the demonic doll. Let's see how many... How many he do. How many you do? Haunted... Demonic doll. Murdoch Farstar. Take this humble offering. Greetings from Germany. Thank you so much, Murdoch. That... Wait, 25 euros? How much was Moop Moop? Let's see. Oh, by the way, speaking of Moop Moop, somebody, it was a yeah, Maron. Maron sent me this earlier. They see me rolling. They hatin'. It's Gunther, everybody. He is here. Mwah. But I was about to Google Moop Moop, but I don't think that's gonna... 3D toy car. Oh my god, where is he? Moop Moop. Oh my gosh, we've lost Moop Moop. No, because where's Moop Moop? Will the couch be a safe space? I just got here. I mean, if you were able to actually get up onto the couch... This is Skyrim. I don't want Skyrim. Ooh. 3D toy car model. It was actually not on the asset store. It was on a separate site. Oh no. Oh no, Moop Moop. We've lost him. I would go through my internet log, but maybe I shouldn't open that on stream. It's nothing weird there, but you know, it's just... because I pressed this, didn't I? And then I went down. Alright. I'm gonna go looking through my search history, I think. I need to find the Moop. The Moop has been bought or sponsored by Murdoch Farstar. You can get a Murdoch Farstar sticker on our Moop Moop. Oh. Where is Moop Moop? Have we lost Moop Moop? Let's see. 3D... No, those searches are from today. I'm sorry, guys. Moop Moop is, where is he? Oh, boy. I can't find it. Picture search on... Yes, okay. This is what we have to do. I need to search with an image. Search by image by uploading it. Okay. Don't open something weird. Is that a weird... I don't know. This is not what I should be doing. I think it's either... It's one of those... Can I show this? Probably. Yeah, it's just a clown gif. It's normal. I don't have it saved as an image. I'll send a link. Oh, thank you. Potato has saved us. Potato... And she added VFTD. Wow. She's asking for... Let's see. We're buying it. Is this a safe side? High-end 3D? I've never bought anything here. Okay. Sure. Absolute mad lads. That beautiful stare. Gunther's gonna get himself some new wheels. Freddy's distraction, remote control car that can move interacting. Could be. It's hard to do both chat and this right now, so sorry if I miss you. Do I have to fill out all of this? Alright, fine. Dun, 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 dun. Username. You know it already. I have to sign up here. It's silly. All right. Is that good? I don't have I don't live in a state. There is no state. I live in the city of Oslo in the state of Oslo. You happy? Americans. Oh, I failed to write the same password twice. Ugh, why is this so hard? I hope you like the picture of Gunther I left you with. You don't need to know my time. I'm in Alaska. There we go. I don't need an avatar. I'm trying to buy from your freaking sites. And then, of course, you just completely take me away from the one that I was at. View carts. Check out now. It's happening. It's happening. We're getting him. Moop moop. Moop moop, guys. Get your moop moops in chat. Actually, we don't have... Do we have... I don't think we have custom chat emojis. What do you need to get that? Zip. Alrighty. Moop moop. Boba horror game. You dare. Okay. Oh, it's happening. It's a 3ds Max file though. I don't quite have 3ds Max, but it's on one of the computers at school. All right. I'm gonna open this up right here. All right, I'm just gonna put it in downloads for now. Wait, okay. I'm not sure how this is gonna go because I don't have the full file without... Oh boy. Brace yourself. Let's see. Models. Oh my gosh. It's... Oh no. Oh no. Moop Moop is here. Okay. I've tried to get the textures too, but the site crashed when I tried to get Moop Moop's textures. He is here though. Look at this bad boy. Oh my gosh. He still has to smile. The look of an angel. I feel like maybe we scale him down a bit. It's just my suggestion. Alrighty. Where are you? We could just park it out front. We'll park it out front for now, maybe. That is a big car. Yes. Imagine this guy with some proper rims, though the anchor point is weird. I'll probably gonna export it as an FBX as soon as I can just open it up in 3ds Max. I'm more of a Blender boy, but I'll do what you ask of me. Oh wow. Fate calls. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Moop is ready for a test drive. Dun dun. Come over here, Gunther. He who has no butt must find a place to rest. Oh, yes! Oh, this is so cool. Okay, I'm just gonna make a quick material just to slap something onto that, make it red. Drop it on. Oh, yes. Yes. Check it out. Do you know what we need? We need... Imagine this. It's a dark hallway. Imagine that hallway dark. You just see two front lights of a car. Yeah, they are big, they are big, Shelvik. I'm still figuring out the scale, but I figured it's more scary if it was a little bigger. We need spotlights. Autodesk has a free FBX converter program. Where you just drop in a 3ds Max file and it just spits out. Moop does come with textures, yes. Problem is that the site kind of crashed when I did it. Yeah, I could try to download it again, but I think I'll need to open the... I don't know if the texture is going to be applied correctly since it's an OBJ file. I had some interesting results with those. Hello, Alban. Nice to meet ya. All right, back in the log. Textures.rar. The XML page, it's... Oh my, it's not letting me download the textures. Maybe I'll have to contact their support or something. Maybe I have to right-click. Lagre linken som. It tries to open it as an XML file. It's not what I want. What if I download it as a RAR file? I'm like, RAR. No, that doesn't work. Alright. Ooh. Cool. Okay, let's try that. Maybe Archgirl has found a fix for us. 3ds... I'll download the 3ds... The XML file does not appear to... But I can download the OBJ, alright? 3ds RAR. Okay, I managed to download a 3ds RAR. What's this? .3ds. But that's not a Max file. I'm a Blender boy. Alright, let's go Autodesk FBX converter. Yeah, definitely. We need to make him a Moop's gonna be a dirty boy. Let's see, FBX converter. This looks severely outdated. Maybe I'm just on the wrong one. Are you Windows 7 or Vista? FBX, Windows 64 bits. Alright, we'll try that one. I'm a Blender boy in a Blender world. Because we can set up some different paths that he can navigate. And what I wanted to do before I got very distracted is we can actually place some different lights here. So we could add spotlights to the front of Moop that would just illuminate. Holy, that's maybe a little much. But you get what I'm going for here. Moop can come around the corner. Okay, FBX converter. We're installing software during a stream. This is good, sure. I don't have a lot of space, but I'll take it. No, a README file? Explorer shell extension? No, you don't need that. You don't need that. Moop. He will, because what we need to definitely decrease the range a little bit. Increase the intensity and then do the spot angle much. Because if I need, but imagine a dark hallway and you just hear brum, 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 moop, moop. How great is that? How much money have I used so far? Well, the character was like $100. The neighborhood was like 40. The environment inside was like 30, and plus a lot more in taxes. Now Moop was 20. The dolls was like 45. So it's a lot of money, but you've also been quite generous. Moop, the bringer of light and hope in our lives. Let's try that FBX converter and see if there's any hope. I just closed the thing that I wanted to freaking... Oof. Downloads. Where the frick is it? 3DS RAR. RAR. I can only hear RAR now. I wonder if it needs a max file. Just extract it to download stand since I can't see the desktop icons right now. Okay. .3ds. Oh, is this gonna work? Yes, convert. It's converting. Oh my gosh. I got an FBX file. Okay. Here we go. Dropping it in, boys. I'm going in. Does it... Can I... Moop. Looks like he's inverted. Extract materials. Sure, let's just stay in this folder. Oh, it doesn't look like Moop's feeling too fine. Oh no, Moop, what did they do to you? Okay, well... That's a little problematic. Okay, well, I've tried to do it on stream, but it's taking a lot of time. So I'll need to try to download some of those Max files and open it on 3ds Max whenever I get to a computer that has 3ds Max. And that's gonna be okay. Hopefully, if I can download the files, because the site just broke. Try to contact them. Alright. Anyways, we have the idea of Moop. We have the shell, so we understand what might potentially happen here. Zoom. He could be the bringer, the savior. Oh my gosh, I like this a lot, actually. If I do the range, I'll need to increase the spot angle a little bit. Oof. Just, I like the idea. I really like the idea. Moop is coming to town, everybody. Moop is coming to town. You do have a hoop counter. You guys just need to remember how to use it. You had a hoop for the Moop? Indeed. Such an ugly doll. Okay, so the thing I'm thinking with Gunther and the car. We can say that Gunther roams, he needs a lot of space to move. There's like a command for commands, I think. So, let's say we make the first floor his driving place. And then we can make sure... I think maybe I just want to toss him into Moop. Just like that. Alright, Moop. Roll out. Okay, that did not quite work. Alright, because Moop has like a weird center point. This is such a... Alright, so I need to get that in the that. And then move that. But the dolls still stay. Let's unpack that completely. And the doll is still staying. Alright. He's haunted, so I... Alright, I've attached the wrong doll. Duh. Demonic doll. That ought to work. Vroom. I love it. Have to go into the streets? Oh my gosh. We did talk about an Uber spin-off called Goober. Goober Hot Pursuit. You know, there is a possibility. There is a market, I know that. Like, just imagine just looking out the window and just like moop, moop. It's amazing. I mean, this is everything that I've ever wanted. Though what we would need to do is, well, a car usually has some lights on inside, so we would need to have like some sort of ominous spotlight inside the car. Gotta go fast. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. No, it's way too big. Shouldn't have too high range on lights, because when they start overlapping and they're real time, that's when you get flickering, because there can only be so many active lights overlapping. Oh my gosh. Just a faint little glow right there. So you just see him strolling down the... Oh, sorry. Sorry, my man. Gotta click the Moop Moop itself. Moop Moop. I'm 10 years old. This is so... This is a toy car, not too many gadgets. Yeah. Just want that bit of illumination on his face, and then maybe some spotlights in the front. If I could get some emissive materials there so that they glow a little bit, that would be really nice. Something of the sort. He could be out in the streets. He could be tearing it up in the streets. But he could also be tearing it up on the carpet right in here. Oh, that was a cinematic shot. Oh, not quite. Whew. Because if he was to drive in the first floor... Moop, moop. It could be like The Shining. Given the Meep Meep from Roadrunner. Yeah, it'd probably need to be a little smaller. We could set up a little path for him and he could just race around. Probably wouldn't look super good, but it's okay if it looks a little jank. And then he would like come to a stop outside of doors. Vroom, 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 vroom. Moop, moop. Moop, moop. Gunther wants to come inside. But Gunther can't, so he's just gonna... Moop, moop. We need this in our lives, okay? Moop, moop. That is how you drive. I don't have a driver's license, but I'm fairly sure this is how a car works. Moop, moop. Okay. No, potato. No. So, Gunther, I'm thinking Gunther drives either in the street or on the first floor. I do like the idea of him driving around inside, but as he has to tear it up on the asphalt too, I feel. So, you know. Why not both? Hello, Bruno. Welcome to the questionable Moop Moop stream, where we drive a haunted doll around in a toy car, looking for optimal routes. Look at this bad boy. Look at him. Because what we can do, we can set up like a nav mesh in this area, meaning that we can move through knowing where colliders are, and we could set up different points that he could drive to. That could be pretty fun, though how we handle turning. Doggy door so he can switch between the two. Oh my god, that would be the dream, wouldn't it? He'll be inside, then you get a key for the outside area, and in a cutscene he drives past you really fast. Or as somebody suggested in the last one, Gunther just drives past and just gives you the Luigi death stare. I really like that idea. I can't grab the X-axis right now. Oh, because it was red like the car. He just drives past and just gives you the side eye. Because what we can do with the dolls, I've made the script like this before. You can make it so that the head can look at any point around it. So we could have him look up at the player wherever they move. So it's not just a static animation, but it actually is dependent on where the player is located. So we could get some really good Luigi death stares, I think. His hands are on the sides. Can I move his... yeah, I think maybe I could... Oh, yeah, I saw some toesies! I think I can move his arms a little bit, yes. Because they don't appear glued to his sides. Let's actually open him up a little bit. Let's see how much we can flex this boy. Push his body to the brink. So let's go... Probably on the FBX. Haunted Demonic Doll. It's a generic rig. Okay, so it's not a humanoid rig, so that might be a little more difficult. Spine, spine, neck, head, shoulder. Head and shoulders, everybody. Looks like we might have some control, actually. Yeah, we might be able to do something fun. We might be able to do some... Oof, oof, oof. Ooch, 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 ooch. Yeah. Well, I think we could do something fun with his hands. I can write that up. Make his hands grip the steering wheel. Oh yeah, is one of the hands into a... Yeah, I mean, this can work. Gunther rolls again, everybody. Can you imagine? Very nice. Dun, dun, dun. I want some more spooky. Let's do Dungeon Mysterious. It's gonna be a spooky spook. Random encounter where he's listening to music and pumping his fist. Like, I don't want Gunther to be bad. I don't want Gunther to be bad. I want him to just drive around the house, maybe really fast. Like, imagine him just zooming across and you have to sort of go after him. Oh. I like the thought of that. You could probably change the rig to humanoids. Yeah, though that will break his current animations, I do believe. But they're not that elaborate, so I might just remake them and try to see him as humanoids. Maybe. I'll think about it. I'll think about it and test it out a little bit. Okay. What I'm thinking for Mr. Jack. Hey, Mr. Jack. What should we do with you tonight? I think we should... I like the idea of him being in a box, and it's... I can show you how the box works if some people haven't actually seen the great box. That will require... Pause over here. Oh gosh. Okay, Gunther, you do you. You do you, Gunther. I'm not gonna... Oh, alright, he's having fun. Alright, so... The thing about Jack, he's a nice guy. Terrific fella. Yeah. Go back now, Jack. Nobody likes you here. Yeah. It plays here. What if we make the time that he stays in the box random? So you never know exactly when he is going to pop out. But once he's popped out, that's when you can grab him. But you have to be close. So you need to stand there and wait for him to pop out before you can grab him. Alright, you do you. He's just gonna have some fun. I really like the atmosphere though of boop. Hey, it's a party. They're just having fun. I'm gonna... Okay, bye-bye. Not going here again. Goober the game. Oh, I love the hands. The hands! Looks so good. Road closed. Take that. Aw, he put up barriers. Neighbors, help me! So... We need to make this house look more like these as well, but since now they're from two different scenes, I just did my best to merge the two to make it as seamless as possible. Alright. So I think I know what I want to do with Jack over here. Having a random time and having him appear somewhere. Gunther is having the time of his life. Like, I really like the thought of him. Alright, Gunther, you do you. Spooky little thing. Gunther can KO the player. But Gunther's a pacifist. He just lives for the road. That's what it is. Hello, Link. Have we been streaming for an hour already? Time flies. Now, let's talk about Freddy. Let's talk about Freddy. Since you're learning game design, why is that modern games almost no working mirrors anymore? Do you know? Mirrors have been difficult for a long time. A lot of games, I think Silent Hill did this. A mirror is simply you walking past a section of wall that's been cut off, and you can see a model on the other side mimicking your movements, because getting that reflection is quite difficult. I don't know the technical details, I just know that game designers have been working around it for a long time. Because we can usually fake things that are static in the environment. It's easy for me to showcase reflections here by just capturing like this. But I only capture this image once, you know? I do it before the game starts and apply it to all the materials. If a player moves, you have to do that all the time, you know? So that would have to update every frame. So it's for performance reason that they find workarounds, sometimes quite good workarounds as well. A mirror is often a whole different room, yeah. So, about Freddy. I want Freddy to be the bad boy. Bad boy, bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Freddy comes running after you with a knife? I want Freddy to be locked in the basement when the game starts. I don't want Freddy out immediately. I don't want the player to have a bad first experience with our game. I want the first $1 or $2 to be technically safe. I want that, because the player can make all sorts of threats and terrors in their heads. We need to play on that suspense as well. That's why Otherworld did so well. There wasn't anything actually getting you, but you felt like it. If Freddy starts in the basement, and as the game progresses and you get like 2 dolls, the basement door opens up and you start hearing like running around downstairs, and Freddy has been unleashed from the basement. Now you can't get Freddy right away. Freddy can't be gotten directly. You need to make sure that you get every other doll before him. So you need to get past him and start going down into the basement to get more dolls. Because at least one doll should be in the basement. Yeah, Freddy can get progressively more aggressive. Progressively more aggressive. Because what we could do, we could have Freddy start out not being that aggressive, just sort of walking around, just looking at you, like laughing a little, maybe walking slowly after you, but then we can turn up his speed after a while, maybe enabling a short little sprint. That could be fun. Okay, let's write down. Freddy gets more... Mwah, beautiful. Freddy Bad Y, because he used to be the favorite one, of course. Gets more aggressive as you collect dolls. Is initially stuck in basements. Yeah, I do want to signal it with some sound, Mark, once you've gotten a few back to the room. Because what I'm thinking... Okay, let's maybe scale down this dirty boy a little bit. That's more doll-sized. If I take this dirty boy over here and attach it to the player, we might be able to do something fun here. I would have to open the prefab for that. Is that okay? Sure, let's do that. Alright, I want to try to attach this doll to one of her hands to see how that goes. So let's go for the headless renderer, why not? And let's find the hand. Left hand. Sure, we'll just do left hand. And then I'm just gonna close that up. Boop. Where's the haunted doll? Where are you? Oh, wow. You're over there. Alright, we'll get him back to where he should be. Now, he is quite big. So, imagine that. Maybe he shrinks a bit when she picks... When she picks them up, they might actually shrink a little. What time is it where I am? 8:34 p.m. Can you break the cycle so that he sits up and looks around until you need him to stand up? Yeah, we can definitely do that. Like the different animations these dolls go through, we can control when happens. Like if I just sort of attach the, she just holds him by the bum, I guess. Just something like this, because I want to see how it looks. And then I try to play the game. The dirty doll's outfit kind of looks like Shrek's. Oh gosh! Oh gosh, no! He moves! Mommy! Oh gosh, he moves! Get him off me! Oh my gosh, get him off! I don't want him. No! Oh my gosh. This is not okay! This is not okay! No, no, no! Ah, he's coming after me. Oh. Yeah, you laugh it up, Jack. Yeah, because there will be some clipping, issues. But it would be really cool to be able to carry the dolls back. Though... Because what we could be doing is that we could make sure that the hand places itself in a different position. We can have like a separate avatar mask for the hand and arm. So that whenever she holds it more away from her body. I do like the idea of bringing the dolls back. So I think that's something I'm going to attempt to do. It's going to take some extra work, but I think it's better than the doll just appearing upstairs. And it's going to make it easier for us to develop the game. Because when we make her go back to the room, when she places down a doll, we know that she won't see any shenanigans we do downstairs. So we can start swapping out things without worrying about, oh, where are they? Make it look like the player model is hugging the doll and doll animation stops. Yeah, we would definitely want to freeze the doll animation. Maybe give an occasional chuckle or something like that. Or just have that little looking up at her from time to time. That would be really creepy. Oh my gosh. Look at we never came up with a name for him. Do we have a name for the... I'm still not sure what we're gonna do since there's two of them. How you want to deal with that? Dirty boy. It might just be one model, but he flicks between the two, and that's part of the scary thing. Name him Dolly. I'm not gonna acknowledge chat. I'm just not gonna acknowledge chat. You know what you're doing. John and James. Chucky and Bucky. So, Freddy, locked in the basement, begins wandering around grabbing you. Do we have any idea what happens when he does get you? Because we did get an idea yesterday that I quite like. Once he gets you, we need to have some sort of scare or some sort of jump scare. I feel like people really missed that in Otherworld. They liked the atmosphere, but they almost wanted that jump scare to break some tension. And plus, that way he can come up behind you and really, really get ya. So a little, ha! And he looks at you and, oh, sting of music. And then, as they said, maybe the character puts their hands in front of their eyes. It goes dark and you just hear running sounds. You see occasional flashes as they run back to the room. And then they remove their hands. They look around. And one of the dolls that they've collected previously has gone missing. So now they have to not restart, but start a little miss out on some progress, essentially. And if you get caught a number of times, then it should stop. When Freddy grabs you, then you fall unconscious, wake up back in your room. The doll you are currently holding gets free and you have to get it again. Yeah, I'm also wondering if, let's say you don't have anything grabbed as you're gotten, that one of the dolls that you've already collected in the room might also disappear. He runs upside down on the roof. That's not a terrible idea, actually. I kind of like where your head is at. How do I rotate him to do? I just zero him out on the Y. I don't hate that. That could be like a fun thing, actually. Linux using wine, chugged. Yeah, it's not really made for Linux, so that might be why. Like, that's cool. If you just see him sort of running around the roof a little. I like that idea. I gotta chud that down. Moves around in roof from time to time. Freddy gets you wake up in a nightmare with huge dolls everywhere. I like that, Roberto, because when gotten, closes eyes with hands and you run back to room, losing grab doll or doll in room. If gotten a certain number of times, you get the same animation, but you remove your hands to find yourself in a scary room. And that can be a bad ending. When he chases you through the basement, he runs on the ceiling. I like the ceiling idea. He's a spider and his head turns around. It'd be more difficult on the animation front, but it would certainly be cool. I do like the fact that you run back to your room, but after a while you're like, oh, I just went back to the room, and you open it up, it's like, oh shit, no, this is bad. Bad ending, locked in a basement with Freddy. That could be. When Freddy gets you, you wake up sitting in Moop Moop and Gunther is gone. You become Gunther. I mean, is that really a bad ending? I'd love to be Gunther. You turn into a doll yourself. Oh. The true horror. The true horror. Okay. Can the eye glow? Yes, we can make the eyes glow. They are actually separate as well. Haunted. Oh. Yes. Is this just for the eye? Okay, but I need to emit a glow, not really cover it 100%. We might be able to get an eye glow effect. Yes, it is a possibility. Eyes glowing in the night. Glowing eyes in the night. Every time he catches you, you turn more and more into him. We definitely need to show how world/you/him is getting worse as you die. If you don't retrieve all the dolls before daybreak, you were caught trying to cross the border. That would be a really bad ending. You turn into him and he turns into a little girl. I don't know how to show that the player became a doll, though. I mean, I guess you could just sit in the room and move the camera down and just see, like, the doll body. And, yeah, we could become, yeah, something there. Player becomes doll. That could be one ending. If we just have a couple of endings, then game theory is going to be on this in a second, but, you know, that's just a theory. A game theory. I think the fear meter is a good way to show the way Freddy has. Yeah, so we've talked a little bit about a fear meter. Because I'm definitely going to be having it as a variable in the code, probably, because I need to know, there are things that I can do with the camera. Post-processing effects that are kind of fun, that I might as well show you. So there are different things that we have, for example a vignette, which I currently have a little bit set off. If I totally remove all of my current post-processing effects, boom, it looks quite bland. But with it, it gets spicy. But I can do stuff like, I have chromatic aberration, for example, which gives you this effect on the lens. This is like great if something bad is nearby and chasing you, you know? Sort of that panic effect. We also have, what was it that I wanted? Lens distortion as well. Which, no, like imagine just, maybe see looking down a hallway and you just see the screen just start to, that is, there is potential there, we just need to know how to harness it. Make the Stanley Parable but with dolls. Yeah, it shouldn't just be Emily Wants to Play. I haven't watched a lot of that game since I'm a wuss. Have the character cry more and more the more she dies? That sounds wonderful. Yeah, when it comes to music, I'm definitely thinking I would like some sort of ambience that might grow, but not in the beginning. When the player sees Freddy. Yeah, it's sort of the typical see Slenderman effect. But it's also good for the player because it just lets them know that, oh shit, I looked at him. I gazed upon him. Heavy metal as the music. I mean, what I really want, we can set up an audio source that's right at Moop and we can make that play a sound. So as he's driving around the house, you just hear like, they see me rolling. And then it fades as he drives by. Like, what should he be playing? It needs to be like YouTube safe though, that's the thing. There should be a little girl head hidden somewhere in the game. Maybe that's one of the things that you might see in the basement, because I want the basement to be spooky, scary skeletons. You see your own head in the basement? What? That is trippy. This is the story of a girl named Sophie. I just imagine like right before Freddy gets you, it's just like brr, record scratch, freeze frame. So, you're probably wondering how I got here. Preceded by, yep, that's me. And then we get a flashback. Could hint at a secret ending. That's the thing. Smoke and mirrors might be our greatest allies. The Jaws theme for the doll. Now, I already have some good music that I used, because I do have a couple of spooky horror things. Like, I have this pack called Complete Horror, which is quite nice. If I go to ambience, it has some different things. Some of them are quite minimal. Some not so much. Danger. Spooky. This is like mega spook. This one is nice because it's like something's there, but it's not immediately chasing you. Because we can have the music fade between different tracks depending on the status of these chasing enemy. dun. Don't we have some children singing? So I think maybe there's some children singing somewhere. Effects. These are heartbeats and the like. Scares. These ones are fun. You might remember them from my Slender streams. That was my donation sound. Freddy teleports behind you. Omae wa mou shindeiru. I kind of like that. Nani? I'm hip with the kids. I know a few memes. Short cues. Bling. So there's a lot of good stuff here. I really like it. And we also have horror audio bundle. Hope you weren't planning to sleep tonight. Like, that can be main menu music, anybody? No, I think actually I want the main menu to not be that bad. Band building. Maybe ease them into it. Could be an idea. Voices. I don't think we have any child voices, though. Just a lot of breathing. You know, just wonderful things. Wonderful things. Spooky tracks. Intense? Is that intense? I'd say that's kind of intense. Yeah, we do have actually quite a few music box ones over in... Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Musical. Music box. We also have some different piano ones. This one I use in Otherworld. It's really nice. Dun dun. Hipster Dark, I remember. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Rain on windows. We need it to rain. We need a storm. Let's see. Do we have... There we go. Thunder. No, there's... Oh, we need that ambience, because then we can have light just flashing in like... Alright, but that's enough looking at sound. We do have potential for sound. So the question is, how much should we use it? Okay. What I'm thinking about Uba Uba, I kind of want you to be able to hear where Uba Uba is. Based on, so you hear him smacking between them. Smacking the cymbals. And I want him to be able to attract other dolls. If you're near Uba Uba and Uba plays, then Freddy will come. So he will actually attract Freddy. So Uba Uba will be dangerous in that way. What I think of the new Blink-182 album? Several of the songs I quite like, actually. I like it. Just Dark Side was on my... was on my brain for a long time. The rain increases the more dolls you collect. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Rain starts out as a light drizzle. Then gets heavier as you collect dolls. Because what I'm thinking could be cool is that we could maybe try to fake thunder and light. Thunder's easy, you play a sound. A flash of lightning, if I maybe aim it like this, because it would need to be quite strong, you know? Because we could just have like a second of this just... Okay, I'm just gonna go in the game and turn off the lights and have a look. Not give a performance hit. Oh, Jeebus. Alright, turn off the lights. Okay. Let's get this down over here. Oh boy. I mean, that can work. I think that can work. Boop. If we just have some of those outside the windows. For the briefest of moments, maybe make it a little blue tinged as well. Too blue. Way too blue. Oh, that's more of that cold white. I definitely want some thunder. I think thunder could be very cool. Yeah, Freddy's on the roof now. Question it. Comes back from cooking lunch only to hear Dark saying "Uba Uba." Yeah. Smack. Oh, yes, I like that. Uba Uba can actually speed up if he is closer. That is good. Speeds up playing when Freddy is near. Oh, thanks, Avalon. Avalon's in my class. He's developed quite a good horror game himself, actually. Well, horror and horror, it's more of a narrative focus, but it is kind of scary as well. YouTube claims I'm playing Oblivion. Well, I'm always playing Oblivion, you know? Always in my own little way am I playing it. I'm thinking about Pumpkina. The pumpkin girl, and I think maybe we want to place her outside in the gardens. If we had Pumpkina outside, we would need to actually leave the house, and I do like the idea. Since we have a neighborhood, we should probably... Gunther's enjoying his new car, I see, that's great. Alright. You do you. Let's say that she's actually out in the garden. Johanna, right, that was her name. It was a potential name. So we could spice up the outside a bit. Oh boy. I'm trying to think how we want to limit the player outside. Because we need to make sure that they don't just run over and stay out here forever, never going back. I want there to be some sort of oppressive presence out here. Something spooky. There was originally a house next door. I had to delete it to make room for that house, so gotta fix that. Hey, Mortal Hydra. Well, we got Gunther a car. Did you see that? Dog chase? Wow. That's... I hate dog chases. They're scary. So, maybe. But I'm thinking if we could have maybe some very oppressive fog that would come in. Oh, I can only see the fog here. It's so nice. Look at that. We need to prevent the player from going out in some way. I want them to be out here. I definitely want them to be able to hit the streets and then realize, oh, I'm actually better inside the house. Look at that moon. Oh man, so good. Alright, we're going back in. So we've had some issues with Moop Moop, Gunther's new ride. It's missing some textures. I couldn't download the right files, but he's getting there. He's having a lot of fun. That's really what matters, you know, in the end. Have a doll stare at you through the window. Yes, I've been thinking that. What if there are dolls that peek through in the different windows? I'm gonna go mad by that. Oh, look at that. Just looking. If you're outside and Freddy is inside, he can just stand in a window looking at you. He can just stand right up there as you move back in, or down there. How terrifying wouldn't that be if his head just follows you looking at you from the window? You know you have to go back in. You know Freddy is in the house. I love that. Freddy looks out from window when you're outside. Could you make Freddy wave at you? Yeah, we could. Freddy could just... if we wanted to. Have a doll insult you like the beginning of Oblivion. A doll that only appears when lightning flashes. Oh, yeah. Because I have been wanting to do something, because we can do something during a brief period everything is lit up. Do something when world flashes, like show a doll in front of them. That could be cool. If when lightning flashes, I check where the player is, where they're looking, and if there is space to spawn in a doll. And if there is, I spawn in a doll for like a couple of frames as the lightning flashes, and then spawn them out again. A shadow-based doll. You only see the shadow. That would require a lot of tinkering with the lights, unfortunately. But I like the idea of seeing it shadow-based, because what we could actually do is if we make one of the dolls only render shadows, maybe Freddy could walk around in shadow form during the early stages, so you just sort of hear somebody and see shadows. Oh my, it's so loud. So much noise from these boys. Maybe that could actually work. I'm gonna go turn on some lights, I think. Okay. Alrighty. There you are, Freddy. Let's take a look at you. Yeah, so the stairs is something that we need to figure out. So if he's shadow only, as you can see, now he would... he's now a set of floating eyeballs. Okay, I would need to hide those as well, but that's kind of great, actually. That's kind of amazing. Alrighty. Let's get him back down to planet Earth. Let's turn him around, alright? Look at him. But like, that is kind of spooky though, being able to just see a shadow of somebody you can't see. There he is. Look at that boy. He sees everything. Yeah, mirrors get a little complicated, unfortunately. That's Oblivion music. That's probably why he thinks I play Oblivion. Yeah, I will be sure to sue Jim Sterling if he dares touch this game, okay? I'll have a meltdown on Twitter. Can't decide if that's more horrific. Hear me and obey. Collect all dolls or be forced to live with an annoying quest in your journal for all eternity. Look at that. Well lit. Looking fresh. Look at my new clothes. Shadow hanging from a rope. But just, do you see that? Like on the wall right now where Freddy is animating? We definitely should do some play with shadows. Because it is terrifying, actually. You know, if we didn't already see the floating eyeballs. Yeah, so what I'm thinking about events is that we could have some random events around the house. For example, if I was to pass by here and walk into a trigger and look over here, maybe we can have a doll run from one corner of the door to the other, you get me? Something like that could be very fun. Just these quick things, and it never happened twice in a playthrough, so it's just that once. Oh, just different shadows, just merging. I'm merging with my shadow self. I could add some more light sources as well. Then it doesn't get as dark. As dark is a certain type of dark. Spooky basements, which we can excavate a bit. So the flow of the game so far, if we think about it, You start in your room, upstairs on the 2nd floor. You're told to get some dolls. There's a journal you can open to get information about what dolls you need to collect. You begin walking around the house, exploring it. It's dark, lights are out, and you just hear menacing laugh. Nothing can kill you yet. There's no failure state yet. As time goes on and you find a doll, you pick it up, have it in your hand, and you can bring it back to your room. And once it's back in your room, cha-ching, we can do something new in the house. So then you move back in the house, but after you've collected a certain amount of dolls, the door opens to the basement. Freddy begins to roam. And he is not immediately super aggressive. He's more playful in the beginning. He doesn't run very fast. And he sort of loses sight of you and might go somewhere else. One of the things that we need to think about is how he should handle staircases, because it's easy to make him walk around here, generally. But when it comes to stairs, somebody came with the idea that he should just levitate, and I really like that. Can you show the output of a secondary camera as an updating texture on the surface? Yes, you can. That's how you can fake like security cameras and the like. So I guess you could sort of do that for a mirror effect as well. Because you can, yeah, float above stairs. Maybe you can drive on the, yeah, Gunther could probably just, we need Gunther to drive in the roof. Our current doll count, I think the only one we don't really have an idea for is the laughing doll. It's just such a small trinket. I don't really know if you want it. It could be more of, we could do something else with it maybe, because it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the crew, I feel, since it's so small. Because it's supposed to be a, it's really a clock or something. It's something. Uba Uba, we know. Doll Boy, I don't know how we do Doll Boy. He needs a power of some sort. If it's so small, we could have its behavior revolve around that. One of the thoughts that I had was that it could teleport around. So since it's a laughing doll, it laughs and mocks you, so you run up to it, and you try to pick it up, and it might poof right in front of you, and you just hear laughter, and then it appears somewhere else in the house. You would have to do that a few times, because he would be harder to see than the rest. That's sort of the only idea I've really had for him. If he fits in at the party. That's sort of more the idea. He just moves around turning out the lights. Yeah, maybe the laughing doll is a bit of a... But it's... I don't know how he would move. That's the thing. How do you catch it by surprise? Oh, right. That was the thought about Uba. If Uba sees you coming, he will start playing the cymbals. But if you manage to approach him from the rear, you're fine. Where's this music from? This sounds like an Elder Scrolls game. No, it's not. It's Pillars of Eternity. Just heard that music probably as many times as the Elder Scrolls soundtrack, that's why. So, Uba, you definitely needs to... Yeah, I think that's the main gist of the doll. I can size it up to become more of a deity. A floating deity. I can go have a look at it. Because it just sort of rocks back and forth and it laughs. That's what it does. Teleports from room to room. Oh gosh, he's so big. Oh my god. He is kind of fun though. He is kind of fun. So charming. And it, probably makes some noises too. Try to listen in. But there's so many others fighting for attention here. Shut up, Jack. Everybody's just having a blast out here. Send audio clips. That kind of depends on your microphone, Archgirl. If it's usable and sounds good, yeah, we could incorporate it into the game. Spooky, spooky. Haunted by a doll gods. What if one of the small cute dolls is really dark? That's kind of funny, actually. That is kind of funny. But somebody needs to turn out the lights. I mean, you can send a sample if you want, Archgirl. Might be able to use it. Because I do need some voices, probably, if I want to make it really spooky. Welcome back, Eclipsion. One of the things I was thinking... What if, let's say the lights are on, and you come back out into the room, and you see the doll boy standing by the light switch, and he flips it off. As the lights go out, he also disappears. Because that way we can have, if the doll boy is the one who's messing with you. As the lights go out, he too just disappears. And maybe he does that a couple of times before he appears somewhere. You just wake up in the middle of the night and your parents are gone. So the car is gone too out front. So you can run out into the streets, but it's going to be oppressive and scary there. So you're going to just have to get the dolls, really. That's the thing. It's horror. We don't need reasons for things. Yeah, you need to wait until the other one to get them both. Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, I'm just... Because there's a possibility for a twin mechanic. I've been thinking of doing it simple and just making sort of the doll flash between the two of them as a spooky effect. But we could also make it more... Lead Freddy into Gunther's roots. I actually really like the idea of Freddy being able to be hit by Gunther if they drive in the same place. Freddy can get hit by Gunther just as a drive-by. Hey, Seth. Well, when it comes to sort of a tutorial, Alex... Ripping a vape, yeah, that's me. I think if we have a well-explained book that you can sort of have an overview of the different dolls, we have some instructions in the main menu, and we make it so that the house isn't immediately dangerous when you start, I think it should be good. Jump scare on the opposite side of him. So sneaking out the TV can turn on, scares you when you look back, he's gone. I like the idea of not looking away, sort of a weeping angel mechanic, but instead of getting you, he disappears. Contribute poems to the book. Yeah, I'm still trying to think of how we want to do that. Because the book could be written with, like, you know, 4-line poems about the different dolls that tells a cohesive story when pieced together, but also gives info about the doll in question. Gunther is a nice doll. Like, Gunther is true neutral, okay? He just moves around. He does his own thing. He doesn't really care either way. He's just happy to be there, okay? Happy to have his Moop Moop. It's been too long since we've driven around Moop Moop, so let's just... He's out of here. He has a sharp turn. Took your drift in that. certain loud Irishman. I mean, that's the dream, you know. Make something that the bigger boys play. We paid $20 for Moop Moop. I still didn't get the right file. I'll have to try to get that. The Moop Moop breaking down. Gunther was born to ride, to be fair. It's a good description of him. Yeah, I'm really happy that we got Gunther in the Moop Moop. Because we can also animate his arms so that they're actually on the steering wheel. That would also be very good. Maybe Dark is the future Kojima. Haha, this is a masterpiece. I got a generous tip. And I had to use it. Okay, Husky? That's just how it goes. You guys are helping to pay for this, this madness that's unfolding right now on the screen. They see Gunther rolling. I mean, we should just make a game about Gunther. We don't need these other dolls, really. And he's so cute. I love him. Murdoch did great. Make Gunther save you at the end. That's kind of a cool alternate ending. Because like the thought right now is that you gather all the dolls, Gunther included, you just pull them out of the car, and then you lead Freddy to your room, and that's how it ends. But if also Gunther just keeps driving around, you have to lead Freddy maybe out into the traffic, and just... I know, it definitely is, but he's not even fully textured, my boy. So hopefully we can actually get him to look the way he's supposed to look. Like this. I have a 3DS file, but I don't have 3DS Max, so I can't really go in and get a better one. This is just the OBJ. In many ways, we'll all pay for Moop Moop. Yeah, there was a little kid's room for like... Things are freaking expensive. So thank you to everybody who's given tips and helping us keep this dream of ours alive, making something special. So, Johanna likes the outside. I do have some pumpkins from the Vintage House pack that we could use. We could set up some pumpkins in the garden and get some sort of festive Halloween spirits. The thing is that Americans take Halloween so freaking seriously that I would have to decorate a lot to really make it feel like Halloween, which is why I'm kind of unsure if I want to do it. But I would kind of want her outside with some pumpkins. Gunther's poem, a lifeless being made to drive. When you see him, he feels pride. His car is Moop Moop. When you see him, he will poop poop. When you see him, you will poop poop. I thought he was gonna poop poop. No, but definitely, I like that. That's a nice poem. I'll just because I thought it was funny. His car is Moop Moop. When you see him, you poop poop. Gunther theft Moop Moop. Hey, don't worry about it, Archgirl. How is he going to poop poop? He has no butt. That's the question. Pretend they're in Australia and therefore minimal effort for Halloween. Maybe. Premium Cheddar says, hey Dark, can you explain to me the idea of the game? I missed it so far. Good luck with the project. So, let me walk you back. So, I posted a horror prototype on itch.io. It did really well. It's been on the top of the popular games list for a few days now. People want more, and so I want to give them more horror. I was browsing the Unity Asset Store. I found a pack of dolls. I'm like, I need to make something doll related. There's the notification. So, that's sort of the idea right now. We have these dolls, they're scary, and we play as a young girl. So we wake up in the middle of the night, our doll collection has gone missing. So we need to go and find our dolls. And We do that by moving around the house. We go out from our room, we look around, and we try to find the dolls, which might be moving about, might be doing some weird things, and then we bring them back to our room. Eventually, Freddy, the bad boy, is gonna start moving around the houses. Where's Gunther? Oh gosh! I just see Gunther down there ready to drive me down. Holy heck, that's an amazing sight right there. I love it. So it's kind of like Slender. You walk around collecting things, but it's a bit more dynamic and themed. And of course, you play as a little girl and you actually have a physical body in the world. I just look at the shadow, look at the arms. It's just... yeah, so the whole things are a little crazy in here, but we're trying to figure out where everybody belongs. It's just a big old party. Hello, Audrey. Welcome to my living room. This is my favorite place to be right now. Shut that off. Gunther just vroom 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 vroom. 2 identical washing machines? Yeah. Why not? You can do twice the laundry. Imagine. Yeah, the intent for Gunther has gone from demonic antagonists to harmless cute who goes Moop Moop. Slow scroll and talk over the points we have so far. Yeah, we could probably actually go through that. I love him. Hey, I like the drums. Okay. Let's look at some of the that's my codes. Don't judge it, please. Okay. Weeping Angel doll. Thought of that mechanic. We need lullabies or children singing at some points. We need an antagonist doll that physically moves around. This is going to be Freddy. He's a beautiful boy. We want him to be locked in the basement when the game starts. You might hear some pounding on the basement door, but you can't open it yet. After getting a couple of dolls, he emerges and starts roaming around. And he's dangerous. He's gonna go after you. And if he catches you, you're gonna get a little boo, haha. And then your character's gonna hide their face and they're gonna run back to their room and you might lose some progress. Maybe a doll runs away. If you get caught enough times, you don't wake up in your room, to put it like that. Hiding face and fade to black mechanic, I think we're gonna make as the Freddy mechanic, really. I kind of wanted the player to be able to do it at will. So we do want some warning dolls. We've thought that, well, Uba Uba, the monkey with the cymbals, is gonna play louder when they're nearby, also attracting them, which is kind of bad. One main doll. Others have to be gathered before we can come to the tea party. We need to get all the dolls before we can get Freddy to come. We need to lure Freddy into our room in order to let the tea party begin and you win the game. Make the book with info about dolls. We essentially have a book that we can open up that has poems about the dolls and you can see whether you've gotten them or not. And so you have to move around the house and look for them. Is the thoughts. Doll names based on child's perspective. We also thought wooden cubes could be cool to spell out stuff. I'm thinking maybe part of the main menu. That could be really cool if we just spell it out and you move the camera, like you pan around the girl's room and you just see these blocks. Tie events to lightning, notes written in crayon. We have plenty of ideas. And of course, Gunther, he drives the Moop Moop. That's really the main thing. If you need to take away one thing from this, is that Gunther has a Moop Moop whose texture isn't working right now, but that's okay. Gunther makes stew still. Will you take Gunther? Yeah, I thought we might. We just pull him out. But we just need to make sure that we don't expose his rear. Because as we know, Gunther has no butt. So it's a little problematic. But I can just make a butt for Gunther, honestly. I can just open him up in Blender and just insert some faces down there. So he's still a very rigid boy, though. But I think he's fine. Oh, he's spinning. Oh, he's spinning out of control right now. Get back in your car. Some fake dolls. Dissolve into smoke. That's sort of the thing I think we could do with some of the more trickster dolls. Like, we've been thinking about the laughing doll and how it might run away. Or not run away, but like disappear when you go to pick it up. You might laugh and then poof, disappear. And then you'd have to go. And since it's quite a small doll, we could place it different places around the house. It's a bit more flexible. So you'd go to get it and then it might disappear and show up somewhere else until you finally pick it up. It's just going to be a nuisance, really. And you have to get it a couple of times and then you can get it eventually. Just stretch them cheeks out. Yeah, that's, I mean, that's what I'm going to do. So, I recapped the story not that long ago, Audrey. It's essentially, you're a small girl, your doll collection has gone missing, now you need to walk around your house at night to get the dolls back. And that's gonna be a spooky little day. A spooky little moop moop. For everybody involved. Gunther gotta be hella thick. So the thought is that the house is going to be relatively dark. Unless you turn on the lights, but the lights can also be turned off later. Freddy is a doll that likes to play tag. If he catches you, he'll be likely to brag. Filled with joy and a smile that is beaming. Freddy is an extremely dangerous being. Nice. I got a Brian David Gilbert vibe from that. Will we see a full playthrough of this? You will see full playthroughs all over YouTube of this when it's done. Trust me, if I have like 40 playthroughs of Otherworld on itch, they're gonna play this too. Hopefully. Maybe it flops. Who knows? Here we are. Ready to go. Let's look around our house. Beautiful. Love the scenery. Do the parents make an appearance? I haven't planned it because I don't have any dolls of them, so I'm just sort of working with what I have. Bye. That's the thing, Archgirl. I think it has potential, but we need to execute on it. A lot of it is going to be in the polish. And the shadows! I know I keep repeating myself, but I love it. Ba-ba-do. Whoop-a-doop-a-doo. Strafing. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. I also made it so if you run into a wall, you can't actually move. But there are some clipping issues with the camera that I still need to try to resolve, either by making the colliders on the walls be a little further out, or by making the girl a little fatter, like making the collider fatter so I can't see through the... Hey, Gentleman Dragon, you're here. Welcome to the party. Everybody. Everybody gathered. We knew you were coming, so, you know. Hey, I'm Gunther, and I'm here to say I'll run over your toes in a painful way. Oh. Yeah, I think I've had enough of that. Goodbye. And we'll turn this on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I love the fact that you can see their heads sitting there. Just slightly. Or just looking over the couch like that. There's something... Oh my... He looks so terrifying in the dark. So here's the question. Do we need a flashlight? I mean, right now the house is very bright, but I feel like if we have enough light switches, that almost means we don't need a flashlight, because that way we would run around between areas of darkness, right? So there might be darkness here, but then some light. So you might stay in the light and then run through the spooky darkness. I kind of like that idea. Though we do have the basement, so how we want to light that... That remains to be seen. Isgrimor, hey! Nice to see ya. Make the girl fat because the game is set in the... that's... You said that, not me. Just look at that reflection in the windows. Look at those stains! That's right, we don't clean around here. You do you, boo. We can also put some custom pictures up on the walls. So that's fun. We could just get pictures of Darklings and put them up on the wall. Do you want your picture on the wall? Let me know. Maybe we can do something like that. You do you, boo. Gunther is your flashlight. Well, we've gotten a good start, Isgrimor. It's just a lot of putting it together. Maybe there could be a toy to pick up with light up eyes. I like that idea, Archgirl, because the flashlight in Otherworld did have some issues, which is kind of why I'm hesitant to do a flashlight now. But if it was more of a point light surrounding the player, like holding a doll that glowed? Is that the past tense of glow? Can't imagine it'd be anything else. If you have a doll that glows, that might actually be kind of cool. Let's write that down. I think they do something similar in Among the Sleep. Girl can, but then again, nothing's original. Girl can hold doll that will glow a bit. Small Moop Moop statue is your flashlight. Glown. Glue. It glue. Darkling pics. Because we could just fill this entire house with just lots of... We could just do Marina Mistfire fan art. And like, hey, it's good. We can just get somebody to make like a old-timey picture of... Oh, sorry, that's a little close there. A little close. Glunt. Glow glue. Glownt. A glow stick. That reminds me of Penumbra. Didn't Penumbra have glow sticks? I think Penumbra did. It would be really cool to find a lighter and be able to light some flames around. But then we shouldn't be playing with fire, probably. Moop Moop. But I really liked that moment when I came around the corner and saw him there. Something about that that just really... I like that. I really like that. Decision about whether or not you want the player to have to take the dolls to the bedroom. I'm currently on... I want the player to pick up the doll and then you to look down and see that the player has the doll as they're moving and you need to bring it physically back to the room. Because then Freddy also becomes more of a threat. Because you know that if Freddy gets you, you drop the doll. You know? I like that idea. I haven't actually played The Forest. I've seen some gameplay of it, Ferreteer. Gunther about to skirt off a lot, though. Fan art will be on the fridge like a child's drawing. Yeah, we can... What we can do, because we know that this is gonna... It's a horror game, potentially on itch. It's gonna come into some hands, so we can really give some VFDD propaganda if we want to. When we add the Moop Moop movement map, what do you guys think? What should be the priority? Because I'm gonna work some more on this after this stream and tomorrow as well. I would really like to get Gunther driving around the house. When it comes to hiding places, we don't really have a lot. Up in the parents' room, we could maybe make this a hiding place. These doors do open, so that could be something. But this is all upstairs, and downstairs is sort of where the main action is going to be. Can we open the cupboards? No, those are static. Can we... What's actually in the fridge? Not much. Oh! We need to make it so that sometimes there's a doll in the fridge. Just lying, just like, ah. Yes. So smart. Doll in the fridge. That could be a potential hiding spot, because I want this to be a little random. When it comes to hiding, I think Freddy sort of is going to come after you, but you can also outrun Freddy. I don't want him to be like a terror. He's going to be more sort of menacing, just looming. Because you have other things to worry about as well. Not just where is Freddy. That's just on top of everything else. stream on PC and on your phone, leave the room. It's quite good. Big brain. Yeah, could we include Darkling names on a sticky note? I mean, we could for sure... Go Fridge! That's my favorite football team. We could definitely add some sticky notes on here, like, remember to buy potatoes, you know. All we need is potatoes. Simply potatoes. We can do stuff like that. But then first we need a game. So... Is there going to be a time limit? I've been thinking about it. I don't really want to enforce a time limit. If we have different modes to the game, we could have a timed mode, because I would kind of want to see people try to play it a bit more competitively to see how well they can do. But in the main mode, I'm leaning against not having a time limit. I sort of want you to be able to take your time and soak in the atmosphere. This gal ain't got the dumb. I'm thinking of some sort of score modus. I don't know if it's going to be a scoreboard. Freddy should be like Mr. X from RE2. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, that's not actually bad, because Mr. X is not really chase. It's more like, oh, I'm in his zone. Now he's coming. Okay, I should move around. Oh, he lost me. Okay. Yeah, so what we could do there, we need to find some sort of way to get because otherwise we're gonna have like 100 names scattered about, so... Yeah, we could also have like, you gathered 5 dolls, you know? Something like that. Gunther, he's headed off. He's tired of your crap, guys. He doesn't want anything to do with ya. Driving into a new life. A new horizon. Farewell, Gunther. Vroom, vroom. He's hitting the streets. Just imagine him just drifting around outside. How great is that? Gunther's pretty great. He is. Oh my gosh, look at that cinematic view of Gunther right there. Just imagine the opening cutscene, all you see. Vroom. I just want to make a Gunther game, I'm gonna be honest. Gunther, the Fast and the Furious. You want your name on the fridge? Yeah. We need to find some sort of system that's fair. I think I'm gonna pick somebody who's active in the streams and shows up a lot and just spreads a good moods generally, I think. But we're still sort of figuring it out. We'll see, no promises. Gunther spin-off. Name the character Gemma. It's a cool name. Wrong side of the... Do you think Gunther cares? He can drive like wherever he wants, whenever he wants. Such a good boy. Gunther cinematic. If Gunther's the last doll that you collect... Gunther sees all in his motorized vehicle. There is no escape from Gunther. I think the one rule for getting your name on the fridge or in the game is not really asking for it, because otherwise it's gonna get spammed. That's sort of my rule too for being a mod on the stream. The only people who ever become mods are people who haven't asked to be a mods. That's sort of, because it tells me something like, oh, they're just here to have fun. Okay, well maybe then they're... I don't know. But I definitely want to include something VFTD related, something Darkling related as well, if it turns out to be something. Oh yeah, no, Kane never asked. I was just like, hey, you get it. So... You don't choose a mod life, okay? Mod life chooses you. Gunthzilla be a game modes. Could have cartoon a picture of your old character holding the PS2 controller. How we've been going for a long time now. I feel like we've gotten some more clarity in things. So I need to decide on what I want to put some work hours into. I feel like people are really digging Gunther. Freddy's just... we had an idea that Freddy might actually walk on the ceiling for a bit as well. Just in some early stages, just having fun. Maybe doing a little tap dance. That would be really fun. I want to try to get Gunther logic going. It's been like 2 hours 40 minutes, so it's kind of insane. No, it's 2 hours 10. Sorry, we started at 7:30, so 2 hours 10. Game of Gunther being a giant, have to run from him. But he has no butt. Gunther can't get out of the... That's why we placed him in a car. I can make a butt for him in Blender, but he's still... It's still gonna be super stretched. Like, he's made to sit. If I start twisting his arms, it begins stretching. Gunther's flat. Even if I make him thick, he's still gonna distort that butt when I... Gunther is an empowerment story, okay? It's about, if you know, even if you're born without a butt, you can still achieve great things, okay? That's what Gunther's all about. So what I want to do is that I want to set up a bit of a racetrack, essentially. I mark the areas that the AI, because we're going to make a Gunther driving AI. That's going to be really fun. I don't think I'm going to do it on stream. I might start off stream and then maybe we'll tweak it on stream. Gunther driving AI... He will be able to drive around to different places, so he might choose a random point along the path and then drive towards that. Or he might have a patrol, kind of depends. I sort of want him to choose a spot to drive to, go there, and then choose a new spot and drive around, so it feels a little random. I think the main issue is going to be rotation and such of the car when he stops, but I don't think it's... I think it's alright if we simply just... rotate it. Well, I need to make sure that this is correct, but if simply the car just... It's gonna look a little weird, because it's not a car. It's a toy car. So it's okay if it's a little jank, I think. If Gunther's cheeks don't clap when he walks, then... Gunther needs no cheeks. You all think that him not having a butt is somehow negative. But... it's not, okay? He's a perfectly fine and happy boy. Gunther driving AI, that's on the agenda. So I'm gonna write up a, let's write a to-do list here, because that document is kind of crazy now. To-do list. I kind of like it when there's a dash in my to-do. A dash of this, a dash of that. Make Gunther driving AI. Probably spend a whole day just doing that, but that's definitely something that I do want to focus a little bit on. Maybe make this a bit bigger for the strems. His cheeks are metaphorical. The final thing you hear before Gunther gets to you is a roar of the Gunthmobile. I love that. Well, I'm posting Marina Misfire gameplay fairly frequently, at least Ferret here. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Spiritual cheeks. The only thing a butt is good for is cushion for poopin'. You heard it here, folks. I don't think Jennifer would lie to us. The real Gunther's cheeks are the friends we made along the way. Okay, what else needs to be done? Why would the parents get creepy-ass dolls for their daughter? That's just horror logic. That's the great thing about making a horror game. I can just be like, it's a horror game. They just do creepy stuff. And it just works. Ah, so great. Dun dun dun. That's probably why there's so many horror games, because like, you put some spooky music on, you make it dark. This is going to be something else. We could just toss something in here, do a jump scare. This is going to be systems driven. This is going to be something else. This is going to be Gunther's legacy, okay? Look at those feet. Do you see those feet? They're nasty. But I'm sorry, it's getting late. Gunther got more ounce for the bounce. You guys seem kind of... I swear I haven't drunken anything, because I don't drink, but I feel like I have. Thank you, Ferretier. It just works. Gunther sacrificed his cheeks to get speed. Okay. So. Gunther driving AI. I should probably also focus on Freddy. I need Freddy moving around. Okay, here are some of the things that we need. Make Freddy AI. Not necessarily the jump scare, the whole package. He might just T-pose for a while, but we need to get him to the stream drop? Am I back or am I not? We're good? Alright. Nice. Okay. So, we need the Freddy AI as well. Now, when it comes to AI, that's sort of difficult. So it's not going to be super advanced. It's more going to be sort of a state machine where there are different modes that he can be in. He can be in a wander mode. Then if he hears something or the player is near or you've found a lot of dolls, he can go into seeking mode, approaching you. And then when seen, that will trigger sort of the chase modes. And then if he can't see you for a certain amount of seconds, he'll go back to patrolling. So it's just patrolling, sees you, chases, loses you. Very basic. Very basic. Still gonna take some... The most difficult thing is gonna make him walking around look natural, I think. Playing the walking animation, making him turn and such. Bye-bye, dragon. So, that's what we're at, isn't it? Make the Freddy AI moving around. I also want to make it possible to pick up doll. So that you can see the character holding the doll next to them. So that the right arm sort of is no longer part of the regular animations, but runs its own animation. Because that way we don't have it clipping through our head as we're running, just banging the doll into our head, you know? Yeah, for the most part, getting away from Freddy is going to be turning some corners. And then he will have... We can make it so that the last point that he saw you is where he will go to look. And if he goes there and sees you, he continues chasing. If he goes there, you're not there, he'll just like, ah! And then continue patrolling in a random direction. Freddy would just float. We can make him float as well. I kind of like the idea of him, if he needs to go upstairs, he might just float and then just ascend the stairs. That could be fun. Hit by his own car. Tragedy. Amandus, you're back. Alright, I think that's some of the most important ones for now. Able to pick up dolls, make Gunther drive around, make Freddy drive around. The other dolls are gonna be more stationary, popping around the place. I want to expand the light switch system as well. It's not a huge priority at the moment, because I've already proven that it can work, so it's just a matter of hooking them up. Actually, I might also just do the whole light switch system, because it's just a quick and easy... do this for the rest of that. Oh, don't. Gunther, put down the Moop Moop. You don't have to do it. I'm your best friend. What's this music from? Oh, it's so familiar. Where's this music track from? Oh, I need to check the answer. What is it? Oh, it's Duskwood from WoW. Okay, that's why it's so familiar. What kind of music do I listen to? A lot of different things. Like if I look at my current favorites list on Spotify, it goes from all-time low, Canadian softball, and then it goes down to freaking passcode. So it goes from like pop punk, sort of emo, over to just Japanese girly metal, and then it goes down to Slipknot, and then Panic at the Disco, and then it's Joji, and then suddenly it's modern baseball, and so Rammstein in there too. So it's just all over the place, really. Drop the Moop Moop. How can he when it's a part of him? The range of Jack's music is really far. Oh, yeah. That's something that we would adjust, yeah. Because right now, 3D blends, max distance. Set that down. I need to get the gizmos back on. There we go. Now Jack's a lot more... There's some baby metal in my playlist, yeah. Yeah, now it's very low, but we can control that, so it's fine. I'm liking our house. Our house is starting to feel like a home, okay? It's not just a room with furniture, it's a home filled with our best friends. Modern baseball and Japanese anime girl rock music. That's just how I live my life. I used to listen to Epica a lot when I was younger. I think I used some of their music in like my videos from 2010. Maybe that was... Yeah, that was Epica. Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. It was a bit of Nightwish, too. You see Gunther do a killing animation. Like, we're thinking, if you get caught enough times by Freddy, you'll wake up in some sort of dark room. And you just see, like, a lot of dolls there. I don't want it to be violent. I don't really want it to be gory and violent. I just want it to be ultra creepy. You merely adopted the Moop Moop. Gunther was born in it. Molded by it. No one cared about Gunther until he sat in the Moop Moop. Now he is the shit right now. You see that? When you see the headlights of the Moop Moop, you know you're screwed. So I gotta do some work on the headlights so they look like headlights. I remember... I've listened to like one Blackstone Cherry song because it was on the radio in the game Sleeping Dogs. So I think Rain Wizard, isn't that Blackstone Cherry? Do you wake up in a dark room or a dark room? Yeah. Introvert's best friend. Creepy possessed dolls trying to kill you. We haven't really made a lot of lore about our character. Her name's just Liz, because that's the name of the model. We haven't really thought of how you want her to be. There we go. There's the heads.
Who is she? Why is she here? Does she have friends? Are the dolls her only friends? Who really knows? That's grammar. I removed her head to have more space for the camera. Yeah, Sophie was sort of the original name I thought of, because I thought of the name Sophie's Dollhouse, but I'm not really attached to Sophie. Yeah, more like Five Nights at Freddy's, because there's no actual blood and gore, it's just... But I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's based itself a lot more on jump scares than it does suspense. I want to focus on suspense, because that's what Otherworld did. Her name's Liv. I suggest Lily. Yeah, the thing about Sophie's room, we still need to find some assets for it, because right now this does not feel like a 6-year-old girl's room at all. So we would need to do some modifications to it. I might be able to simply open up the texture and recolor parts of it. Just give it a tint. Might be able to. Or we could look for more assets, but as when we were looking around for some different girly room assets, we couldn't really find... we had to pay like $30 for a girly room. Then again, we pay like $20 for Newt for Moop Moop. So Sunny, player name. You wake up in the middle of the night. You're wearing boots and that's how you do. You wake up, get some clothes on, and you have boots next to your bed. Done. Fixed your story. This is just how she is. This is just how she do. Oh, are those cupboards openable? Are those cupboards openable? If they are, can we have a doll peek their head out, and then close it again, and you open it, and there's nothing there? I mean, Abigail is such a... It's a great name, but it also carries a lot of... witch-like weights behind it, you know? No, they're static. Oh, damn it. Texture her clothes like pajamas. I could change the color of her clothes to more of a pajama-y. But I mean, this could also... I mean, I could just make it more blue. Because I mean, blue is a regular pajama color, but... This is just how she... I think it's okay. It's not a big issue. You can also change what's on the TV. That would actually be kind of fun. If we have some TV scares. TV scares? She's not gonna wake up in the living room. This isn't where she starts. This is just for now, so I don't have to run down the stairs. Suspense being the edge of your seats. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to go for, because that's really fun when I watch people play the games I've made. You want them to sit and you want them to want the jump scare. When they play Otherworld, they're like, oh, just give me the jump scare, just get it over with. But I don't. I let them suffer. An Alice Skyrim Let's Play on the TV, that is pretty scary. Hello, Kiragia. Let me introduce you to your new family. This is a game where you play as a young girl. Her doll collection has gone missing in the middle of the night. And so we set out to look for it. Made a character controller that supports a third-person body. Very cool. And we need to walk around our house looking for the dolls. We're just sort of in the brainstorming phase. Thinking about the different dolls and how we want them to be. Gunther over here has Moop Moop, which is the greatest car that ever existed. We have a couple of other dolls too. They just sort of do their thing. So we want it to be a game where you have to go around, collect the dolls, and bring them to your room. Where some of the dolls are kind of scary and haunt you and try to get you. Good times. that's pretty much it. So we're still brainstorming, trying to figure out how we want this game to be. Better yet, Marthar. Oh boy. No. One of the dolls appear on screen. Because what we could do, we can make the TV see something that happens somewhere else in the house. So we could technically have a doll appear on the TV, actually. That could be kind of scary. Maybe you... Oh, Archgirl. Maybe you could give Freddy's head a camera so you could show what he sees on TV. Have you guys played Siren Blood Curse? It's essentially a game where you can tap into the mind of the scary villagers in the Japanese village you're in, and you can see them. So whenever they come for you, you see yourself through their eyes as they're approaching. Oh, the real horror is Freddy's hairline. Badoomts. Can see Freddy's POV on the TV as he comes towards you, because then you see him looking at your body, looking at the TV, looking at him, looking at you, looking at him, looking at you. The infinite loop. It's just gonna play VFTD videos all night. The parents just forgot to turn it off. They were on their binge. That's an idea. Ooh, these drawers do open. I still don't know how much of the environment you want to interact with, because there's not really any items to pick up. Mostly dolls, and the dolls are usually too big to be stored in most places. But I mean... Oh wow, that's not the sound that goes with that. It could just have a doll sort of lying in there like I mean, that can work. We can place them in different cupboards, and I think that could be quite fun. Look at that. The laughing doll is pretty small. Yeah, that's the thing. The laughing doll can fit into more places than the other dolls. She's special. A special girl. She's also creepy with that one tooth of hers. She watches. Look at this. This picture, I feel, summarizes our game quite well right now. Freddy in the ceiling. Gunther over there driving the Moop. Dark making silly noises amuses me too much. It's fine. I'm 5 years old. I'm 5 years old too. You just have a doll place. Doll heads. Oh, that's kind of cool actually. Decapitated doll head somewhere. The TV is static. Could be linked to him coming. Gunther is actually possessed by the ghost of Acorn and all the other horses that were brutally murdered by Dark. That's why he wants to ride. I like that he who ceases. Because if we could hide it in a cupboard, I feel like due to the small size, we could easily hide the laughing doll places, and it could be like, hey, just laugh. Ability is small, so can hide. What's the name of the laughing doll? Oh yeah, I want to kill Bambi in the Champion of Cyrodiil challenge. The decapitated doll, but... Oh my gosh. He's not a pretty boy. Giggles. Giggles is kind of cute. Laffy. Babette. Chuckles. Heidi. Hoop hoop for the Moop Moop. Olivia. One-Tooth Tony? She could make hoop noises, yeah. Hey, Isu! Welcome to my family. We're having fun over here. Kind of like Giggles. Kind of like Giggles. Can have Giggles for now. Yeah, this is... So, Isu, let me just tell you a little bit about this game. You play as a young girl who wake up in the middle of the night to find that her parents are gone. This is me. And my dolls have moved around the house, and so I need to go and collect them. And they're all just doing sort of their own thing. Gunther has a car. He really likes his car. Never question what Freddy does, because he sort of just lives his own life. We're just having fun out here, though it's family friendly. So we're trying to figure out how to make a game out of this. But for now, I think I'm just out of here. Bye-bye. Not going in there again. So jealous of a sick ride. Look at our size compared to the car. 120 centimeters. It's so cool to see. I haven't seen it from this perspective since I was 6, you know? Actually having to look up at things. Boom, boom, boom. Let me in! Boom, boom, boom. It is a big area, so we're definitely gonna... You shouldn't be able to run around too much out here. Because I want... Oh, we can have license plates references. I don't want you to be able to run too much in the neighborhood. Something out here should be chasing you back. I don't know what yet. Maybe Gunther tries to run you over. Dad had to head out to buy a pack of cigarettes. Yeah, Freddy is great. Yeah, this is not the best month to check out a stream. I want this game to be done by Halloween, which is very ambitious considering everything else that I also have to do. But I want at least like a demo, prototype, something. Your responsibilities can chase you back inside. Spoken like a true millennial. I guess we're past the millennial stage now for a lot of people though. I can't keep up with all the terms. Freddy is a special boy, doodah, doodah. So we know that we want Gunther driving AI, Moop Moop. You need Freddy AI, hee, and we need to make it possible to pick up a doll and carry a doll. That's what I want. I think that's gonna be the things that I'll focus on until the next time. I know, but I'm so used to like millennials being young, but as you get older, suddenly it changes, and so you need to start using new terms for the new generation. Yeah, maybe you actually can go and bust a neighbor, but nobody will open. It's kind of cool. Okay, we've been at this for quite some time now, though. So I think we're gonna end it here for now. We're gonna end it here, and we're just gonna play ourselves some freaking lo-fi beats and have a post-stream hangout for a little while. Who's down for that, huh? Just a little bit of chatting. Chatting and chilling. That's how we do Strem Chill, everybody. After party. Post stream. Wow, that's amazing. So you guys got anything you want to talk about? Hit me. Hit me. Post stream. Chill. I need a spooky font. Perfect. Yeah. How's my course going? It's busy. I'm in my 5th semester of game design right now. And there's so much to do. I don't have time to be making this game right here, but I'm doing it because it's a lot of fun, and I got a huge boost when I saw that Otherworld was so well received on itch.io. I want to make more. Bye-bye, Ferretier. I'm glad you think the game looks good, Cheyenne. I hope it will be once we don't have any gameplay yet. We're just planning and looking at pretty assets, so we need to do something with it. It was so much fun doing the light switch script earlier. That's what I live for, programming and coding in Unity. Let's look at cute animals. Yeah, that's a classic. I didn't know it was Leif Erikson Day. What do you want to do with game design? I kind of want to be a teacher, to be honest. I kind of want to teach programming in Unity in like a university setting. I've had some teaching experience with younger kids, but then it's been in like Scratch and other very visual programming languages, but I really enjoy just the teaching experience. But I'm also working in a startup company right now where I actually work in Unity, making this digital recreation of Oslo in the year 1798. So I like working in Unity. I like programming. I was not expecting that one, Alex. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love it when you guys help me out. Oh gosh, the green screen's fallen. Reality is breaking. Oh boy. You can't see it, but we have issues. There we go. You can see the edge of the universe. You'll gladly be my student? Good. Because I have been wanting to make... I have been working on a Unity game development series. I want you to be able to make your own games. I want to teach you. I have been working on a series. It's in its 4th iteration. I've recorded the whole thing, or the first 2 sections, 3 times. Not been happy, scrapped it, started over. 4th time's the charm. I hope to be able to post that fairly soon so we can go on this game dev journey together and you can learn how to make games. And I can teach you what I've learned so you don't have to spend the money I've spent. And you can just have it as a hobby that you might want to do as something else eventually. Mortal Hydra says, I'm currently in my 1st semester of game development, already swamped with work, I can relate. It's a lot. It seems like it's going to be chill, and occasionally you get homework like, yeah, play Gone Home, that's your homework, but most of the time it's soul-crushing. Hoping it'll be finished before Halloween. Yeah, I want at least a prototype before Halloween. Yeah, I could upload it to other places like Skillshare and Udemy and such, but I kind of don't want it to be behind a paywall, at least not this introductory course. I want that to be available to everyone, because there are like beginner courses for Unity that people charge like thousands of dollars for, and I just want it to be free and accessible. Maybe I'll make more advanced courses and charge some and make that be part of my income, but at least for the basic course, I want to do a proper tutorial showing you how to use Unity, giving you examples that are rooted in the world of video games so you actually understand what's going on. So when I talk about variables, when I talk about a float, when I talk about a string, I will show you what a string or a float looks like in The Witcher 3. And you're like, oh, okay, so a float is a number value that can have a decimal point in it, like the damage on Geralt's sword. Cool, you know? I want to teach like that. Trying to catch up here. I'm glad you're excited for it, Ajerion. I do hope to bring you some game development stuff to the channel fairly soon. Will we see a full Gunther-based game? That'd be really nice. Like, of course, the dream is that we have so much fun with the doll game that we make these spin-off modes where we just have fun. But we'll have to see. Bye-bye, Shelvick. It was probably too late to catch him. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Yeah, Gunther's pretty cool, but driving around the car all the time, he doesn't have time to think about his internet security. That's where NordVPN comes in. Well, yeah, it helps if your computer can run like some programs okay. Unity is not super demanding, but it definitely helps to make it have a okay rig. You don't need the strongest. Yeah, the difference between an integer and a floating point. I have like, I've written out like a script for the game development, which I think is, because I've been planning what I want to teach you when it comes to programming and Unity and the like, and I've spent quite a few lectures on just the basics of integers and floats, and of course the difference between the two of them. Let's see. Word counts. It's lagging a bit. 168 pages of scripts. I have written 51,000 words on that script. So there are 3 sections. One introduction, one the basics of Unity, and then one programming section. And then after that, I want to get started making games. Like going through the process of making a game and doing it with you. So that would be so much fun. I would love to actually get that. If you get homework where you get to play, where you were to play a game, could you record that? Maybe, though when it was a game like Gone Home, it was partly to soak out the atmosphere of a walking sim, since we're making them this semester. So more to the programming side of gaming, definitely. Like, I go game design, but I don't necessarily like coming up with ideas. That's why I brainstorm with you. I just like programming. I'm like, okay, I need a light switch system that can turn on different lights and support different things. Oh, I love designing those systems. Programming a system is so satisfying to me. That's definitely my favorite parts. Dark is indeed a Hufflepuff. I will go anywhere to see you teach, Dark. You do well in videos, 69, so glad to be your students. I'll be a game designer one day. Thanks for the kind words, Ferretier. To be fair though, Issu, it's written in bullet point form. So it's a lot of, yeah, it's a lot of bullet points. I don't have it written out word for word. More like, I'll click here and explain this concept, then I'll go back and explain this. Because I find that a lot of people, when they teach even paid courses, they just sort of wing it and improv. Which I don't think is good, because you end up doing something wrong, going back in the code to fix it, then you break something somewhere else, and then you cut the recording for 5 minutes, come back, and you're like, okay guys, I fixed it. Never show what you... There are bad practices, and I hope to avoid them. What is a Unity? Unity is this. The software, the game development software. That's Unity. Bye-bye, Iskramor. Bye-bye, Eclipseon. You signed me to make a Let's Play of Skyrim? Why not Well, Thomas, I'll tell ya. Because Unity is the shit, okay? Unreal, yeah, I mean, it has okay graphics. I mean, it's decent. But does it get graphics quite like this? I'll show you. I'll show you, Thomas. Thomas in my class. Yeah, because I've had to learn through tutorials, so I know what doesn't work for me. So I want to teach in a way that worked for me with practical examples and actually caring about what you teach. Look at this. Whoa, it's amazing. Look at the graphics. So we have a lot of work to do when it comes to the lighting. But we have a good base, I feel. We have a good base we can build on. But we have a lot of optimization to do as well. Spooky. Hey, party time. Oons, oons, oons. Nice. Guys are so loud though, I can't really enjoy my music like this. Will they do a Cyberpunk Let's Play? I don't know really. I'm not really sure, to be fair. Unreal is more advanced than Unity? It kind of depends. It depends on what you get used to. Unity is better for smaller, especially 2D games. A lot of indies prefer it. Unreal has more graphical capabilities, but it's mostly a thing of preference, what you get used to and what you want to make. The thing is, I don't get, I need to be over here. I don't get like super excited about new games coming out. I want more time to play them and enjoy them, but my mind is just like, if I don't constantly produce something or do something or improve in some way, then I'm just stagnating and I don't know. I don't know what the concept of a break is. One day I'm gonna break, but hopefully I can make it to the end of the semester first. That'd be nice. Bye bye Hiocesis. I'm just not that really into multiplayer games, Simply Potato. I don't really like playing with other people. I just enjoy playing with my playing by myself. I don't know. That's just kind of how I am. I like being with people, but in its own time. Yeah, so one of the things I do, Archgirl, early in the series is show you a lot of games made with Unity to really show you the capabilities of it. I know, Alex, I'm gonna crash and burn one day. Yeah, Unity is sort of an easier access point, and so that also damages the reputation. I'm in my 5th out of 6 semesters Mortal Hydra. So once I now finish like 8 exams I have before December, I just have one more semester, and that's when I'm going to do my bachelor assignment, and I'm going to go work full-time at that company I work at and make some video games and write a report about that. Yeah, but again, Cards Against Humanity, it's I don't get a lot out of it, to be honest. I don't get a lot out of playing. I'm just this husk floating in the voids, hurting. So I don't know. I don't play classic WoW, no. Again, maybe I'd enjoy it, but I don't have the inner peace to sit down and play. Turn that I'm going to crash and burn into I'm going to learn when and how to rest and when and how to give it my all. I need to do that, Alex. I know I need to do that. Just find it hard, especially relaxing by myself. I feel like once I move out and get into a new environment, that's really going to help me, because then I can set up some new routines and such. Because right now, the problem with my room is that I associate it with so many things. It's work, and it's entertainment, and it's sleeping, and it's other things. It's just a place where a lot of things happen, and so I can't really... If I had a dedicated workspace, I could go there, work, and then finish and move on. But especially also with these like 8 assignments I have to do, if I had one big assignment, I could focus on that, work on it, and then take a break. But when there are 8 things, I work on one thing, but then I need to jump to the next and the next and the next. I can't really afford to take a break in my head. Hey, Jibby Childs. I'm glad you like my content, Jibby. I feel like having some fun lore could help the game, Farah, especially for those who really care about that. Did you just show up, Spectacular Shenanigans? When do you think you can stream again? Boy. I don't know. I don't think I have anything that happens tomorrow night, but maybe I'd want to spend some time just working on the game, and maybe I can stream on Monday evening? Yeah, I'd love to see what you'd be able to make, Archgirl, especially since you already have a grasp on programming, because I lay up the course so that I ease people into it, because I know people think it's scary, because I thought it was scary. I had no idea. I was so bad at programming. I had no idea what what is an integer? How would I save that and check that against? I don't do I assign a value? Why is there 2 equal sign? What and not? It was just a mess. So I want to take all of my failings and try to put up a educational plan around that. Time to pressure Dark into self-care. Like, here's the thing, Alex. I have a way of procrastinating. Usually when people procrastinate, they do something unproductive. They sit down and watch Netflix. When I procrastinate, I work on something else. I work on this. This is me procrastinating from work I should be doing. So I don't even get a break when I procrastinate, but it's still just as bad. But I tell myself, no, I'm not lazy. I don't procrastinate. Yes, I do. But I do it by working on stuff, which just never gives me a break. Do you think you'll come back to ESO? Again, not really feeling like diving into big games like that. Marina's fun because I can sit down and have a conversation with you, play something. So Marina's sort of an exception. You better self-care so hard you didn't even realize work exists anymore. Like lately at school, I've been really just tired thinking about all the things we have to do, and I've just been thinking like I would like a week in like Hawaii or something. Just I haven't thought that before. Wish I had your stamina for work, Dark. Yeah, that's the thing. Shadowy Shadow. There should be a middle point between us. There should be a middle point between not having the energy to do stuff and never being able to actually physically take a break. There needs to be a balance. You got a bunch of lore ideas, Colin? That's great. Just need to find a cool way to implement it without being an info dump, because that's one of the things I messed up in other worlds. The first room is basically just 10 minutes of reading notes. You don't have to, but it helps you with the puzzle. Last week at uni, won't be able to make it to those streams. Ah, good luck, Isu. Well, programming language? I use C# when I program. It's kind of like writing English, so it's not really all that strange. Like this is the Lightzone script from earlier. Like we go through all the lamps, set their material to be either on or off, depending on if the lights should be turned on, and then if sound, play light switch sounds. Audio clip sound is either enable sound or disable sounds based on that variable, and then we stop the audio source, set a new clip, and play the new switch. Like, it's not difficult. It's a learning curve, but once you get into it, I promise you, it's so much fun. I want you to enjoy programming as much as I do. Alright, now I gotta catch up. You're so lazy that you procrastinate instead of procrastinating. That's nice. Is it really a problem when you're working on something you love? Like, that's sort of what I tell myself, because, well, I mean, I don't need to go deep into my psychology right here. Spill my heart for the internet. That might not be the best idea, but I feel like I work so hard because I'm not really happy where I am. Like, I'm not satisfied with what I know. I take what I know and what I do for granted. I always want something more, to learn something new, which sounds positive, but I can never appreciate where I am. I don't really live in the present. I live in the fear of the future. That's where I live. That's where I exist, because I'm fundamentally not happy with who I am. So that's how we end up working on too much. You don't think I'll make it to the Monday stream, Cheyenne? Aw. Yeah, the only time you clean your room is when I'm procrastinating. That's a great time to just do chores. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much math is in game design? Because I'm bad at math. I've never been very good at math. I've always been very average. I was very good in elementary school, but after that, I fell off because I didn't understand a couple of parts. Suddenly I didn't know how to do like multiplications the right way. I just sit in my head and do my own weird version of it. I would say when you're setting up systems, it helps to be able to do some simple... All the math that I need is being able to think how to divide two numbers and get... You just need to know multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. You can get very far just knowing those 4 basic ones and how we can use them. Math is not... You're not sitting writing advanced formulas unless you're doing like rotations and physics, which Unity can handle for you. If that was an answer. Hi, welcome to my TED Talking, Ray. If you don't take a break, I will find where you live and make you relax. I have been threatened with that before, actually. You're learning Python Edge. I have not actually touched Python. What are the brackets for? Well, this isn't really the clearest code. I wish I could find something that just makes sense. Is there anything here that makes sense? Yeah, okay, so here we have a function called play walk footstep, which is called from the animation. First it checks if this thing can currently play sounds, and if it can, then we make sure that it can't play sound, because we're going to start a little cooldown. Then we choose one of the random footstep sounds, and we begin playing that footstep sounds. And that's all within this one method. And then in update, every frame we check, okay, if we can't play sounds, let's do the countdown. When the countdown is done, we can play the sound again, and then reset the timer. So brackets just keep codes isolated, and it just shows you what's inside the method, really. It's for your own peace of mind, so you can see, and the computer, so it knows where something begins and ends. It's called a present for a reason, yes, yes. You can throw Kung Fu Panda quotes at me all you want. I've started thinking I love my art, but imagine I could all be in 10 years. Yeah, that's it, like, I've also been drawing a bit lately. I'm too scared to show anything on stream, but it's also that knowing that if you work hard now, you can get good in the future. It's with the more skills you learn, the more you realize that a lot of the learning process is universal, and how you can get good at something comes down to the same principles. And I find that documenting my journey is very helpful for me. Making a video of what I do one week and then the next week and so on, I can look back and be like, oh, I couldn't even play that song on piano back then. Now I can actually play it okay. I shouldn't take that for granted. I've come away. That's cool. And then just continue doing that. Yeah, but that's, yeah, like computer science and advanced I don't know, like, basic, or not basic, but I don't know, like, regular type programming for software and the like in more lower level languages. I just know C# and how we use it in Unity to make things happen and making systems around that. So for Unity in particular, I can give you good advice, but for other types of programming, I might not be that guy. It's a bit like solving Rubik's Cube. Sure, math is involved, but you don't think about it that way while you're doing it. Yeah. Three hours now. We don't make mistakes, just happy little memory out of bounds exceptions. Yeah, or the bane in Unity is the null reference. The null reference is just a classic. You swaddle your code like a little burrito. Yeah, I guess you do. You just... I remember once I was helping a girl in my class with programming homework, and to make it easier for her, we named all the variables things like we needed something to happen when we reached a certain amount of points. So we made like a variable called like Taco Friday, and Taco Friday is set to false. And so we needed to check if it was Taco Friday. But if it was going to be Taco Friday, we had to have collected 5 tacos. There was nothing like that in the game, but it was just to make the code more fun. And I don't know, it worked. It was weird, but you can have fun with it. No, don't do that, Alex. Don't give up your social life for me. That's the thing, Isu, like the progress over time is so important, because in your head, if you're a bit pessimistic, like I've been told that I am, I wasn't really aware of it until after a recent group assignment. I was told by one of the girls, we've been working together for like half a year at that point, like, when we first met, I thought you were such a effing pessimist. And I'm like, wait, what? That was the sound. Because I've been like shooting down suggestions and such, because I'm like, no, it's too big of a scope. I don't know if we can program that. So I've just gotten very burnt on projects and programming and making games in general. So I really got a big boost out of seeing Otherworld doing it so well on itch. Bye bye, Seth. Writing an original Game Boy game. I love watching videos where people program stuff, even if I don't understand it myself. I think it's about time you went to bed, Shinny. Private pool party. I didn't even think about that. It's a private pool party. I'm tired. You can't tell me what to do. Hey, murderous lady. I really don't know. I'm really tired. I woke up at 7:30 today, because my body was like, well, it's time to get up. So I think I should go to bed soon. I kind of agree, Potato. Why are there different programming languages? Well, there are different languages for different things. You have like very low level language, like the computer only understands ones and zeros, right? But you don't want to sit and write that. So instead you write something in a high level language like C#, which is then transferred to a more lower level language that are more ones and zeros that the computer understands. So we develop languages to make it easier to write code and to have different functionality. Different programming languages will let you do different things in different ways. Some might be better for certain systems, etc. You're not my real dad. I'm sorry, lady. You don't really announce when you stream to me, and I'm just a busy boy. Haven't even had time to call my mother recently. Like, I'm just so busy in my own little world. Thanks, Ferretier. You need practice, Isu. That's how it is. Yeah, imagine if you have to code in binary. Correct, Alex. But like, I go to bed at 9 often. That's the problem. I'm a little baby boy. I'll make a computer language where you have to speak Norwegian to it. Bye bye, Mark the Gamer. Yeah, I'll call my mom. Jeez, gosh, you guys are so annoying. Ugh. But, so, often when you're programming, you want to add something, you can write pseudocode. Like you can make comments for yourself by typing 2 slashes, and this will not be run by the computer. So you could be like, add functionality for playing sound, for example. Then you could be like, hey, you look handsome today. Haha, just kidding. Like you can add notes to yourself as well. Yeah, I'd like to one day, lady. Hopefully at a more opportune time. It would be nice to see how you handle yourself. Call your mom before I do. Do you know about statistics software creation? I don't really know. I'm not forcing you to do anything, Potato. Well, I think maybe this is where we're gonna... Yeah, there we go. Got that code. Got that code going. I really should go to bed now. I'm feeling... Oh, I'm gonna make you yawn. Oh, there we go. I've spread the yawn. Sleeping is so effing important for your body. Like, I feel like people my age don't understand that. They stay up to 4 a.m. playing Minecraft, I guess, drink Red Bulls. You need sleep. Your body needs to reset. It's so important for your brain and your learning and your health and your everything. Sleep is so powerful. I know it's a meme that, hey, sleep is for the weak. We're just kids. We'll be fine. Get a good sleep schedule going. Get your sleep. It feels so good getting 8.5 hours of sleep, for example. That's because that's what my body wants. And it's like, yeah, this is goods. Sleep is more important than food and water. Problem, going to sleep is scary. Yeah, suddenly you just hear a moop moop in the background and this guy Gunther in the Gunther mobile shows up. And we started later, Archgirl. If you dream about Moop Moop tonight, I'm gonna... Yeah. Who knows what could go wrong? The thing is, if you're scared about tomorrow, you might as well face it with as much energy and a healthy body as you can, you know? So that's why you should go to bed now. Well, thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everybody. I appreciate it. You indulging the ramblings of a... Oops! That's the thing. I remember spending 14 hours solid overnight writing an Ohm's law calculator for a vaping website. Sleep was not on the agenda. Of course, yeah, I've done that too. Plenty of times. That's I do that every day, Archgirl. Was that a hoop? Yeah, that was a hoop. I'm just so desensitized to the hoops. Yawn. Peasants, yawn. Like, I did not even... I'm gonna be honest, I did not register that I hooped until you told me I hooped. I'm just confused. There's something weird with, like, delay on comments issue on YouTube. Sometimes the chat appears on my screen before it appears in the chat bar. Like, it's... there's so low latency on the chat because I put on ultra low latency. Oh boy. Oh, there's a world behind me. Do you want to see behind the... What? The illusion is broken. Okay. Well, alright. Good night, guys. I'ma call it an evening now. That I am. I'm sorry, guys. You know it has to happen sooner or later. What can we end it with? Alright, that's something. Glad you showed up, Isu. And everybody else. Thanks for coming out. It's been a great, fun time, everybody. I won't let Freddy get me. Good night, Alex. Good night, Potato. Good night, Flabitio. Good night, Hydra. Remember, we have a Discord channel, so come join. Good night, Archgirl. Nice to see you more active in the chat. Good night, the Ground Shaker. Good night, Shinny. Go not murderous lady. I'm thinking we'll do next stream on Monday so I can spend some time on Gunther driving AI tomorrow and some Freddy AI. So look forward to Monday. That's gonna be fun. Seek the work balance. Do that. Make me proud, Shadow. Good night, Colin. Good night, Ingrid. And with that, I will moop-de-whoop out of here. I feel like it was more than Alex who gave something, but I guess it only takes regular donation. Thanks for everybody who also gave something through Super Chats. Really appreciate it. Take care.